broadcast booth after getting welcomed and getting introduced with their host families. And I know Dylan Beach was just dying to get back up here in the AC broadcast booth. He's already sweating just a little bit, as am I. I've got the foul ball window open, but welcome back, Dylan. How were things down there on the diamond?
Well, I was sweating from when I took batting practice earlier. It just hasn't stopped today. It is so hot out, Justin.
So they let you take BP today?
Yeah, it was not pretty. I'm probably the all-time batting practice strikeout leader already.
Well, we'll let Dylan catch his breath as he had to hustle back up off the diamond. Aiden Johnson out on the bump, getting loosened up here this afternoon on a hot and pretty muggy Sunday. But a lot of the folks that were going to make it out today for what they thought would be the last Oahe Zap game of 2025, maybe saving their tickets until Tuesday and Wednesday when we get a postseason game here at home. Scott Penny will be heading back out to the dish to assume his position behind home plate and behind Ty Farwell. It'll be interesting to see how many innings Aiden Johnson goes today. I'm sure he's an arm they're going to want to use come postseason time, but probably back end that towards the end of that series. But not exactly the position player we thought we might see today.
Yeah, and I bet we'll see a position player maybe later in the game. I think Andrew Phillips is still itching to pitch after he didn't get to during that Bison series, but I think it'll be a bullpen day today. I think they're going to try to keep the pitch counts low, keep everybody fresh, ready for the playoffs.
And those playoffs will be coming up quickly. Once we do have the actual schedule for you, we'll let you get that released. Dylan, you want to take the top of the first? You still catching your breath?
I'm good to go, Justin.
All right, I'll hand it over to my partner in crime for the ball game.
Aiden Johnson getting ready for another start here at Hyde Stadium. His second year for the Zap. His final start potentially starts off with a ball. Aiden Johnson from Texas coming back for another year just because of how much fun he has. That one's fired in there for a strike. Home plate umpire Scott Penny. Richard Gilmore out in the field. I was kind of worried a little bit about Richard Gilmore. I thought he got hurt last night. He was looking for his phone, and he seemed like he had pulled something. As that one misses high and inside for ball two.
Yeah, it's the last thing we want is to have Richard Gilmore on the IL.
I think they got to wear the cream-colored shirts today because of how hot it is. That one's in there for strike two. I would not envy them with black shirts and ump gear on.
No, and that was a veteran call. I have to imagine Gilmore probably instituted the cream-colored tops today.
The 2-2 from Johnson. Swung fouled into the netting. Everything went the Zaps' way last night. A win here at home put them in the driver's seat. And then their arch rival, the Casper Spuds, closing things out versus the Spearfish Sasquatch, punching the Zaps' ticket to the playoffs. The 2-2 fouled off once again right over to our good friend Jeff Adele, who gave this crowd a beautiful speech before the national anthem today, thanking all the hard workers of the Oahe Zap organization, all the players and all the fans. I could see how he was a pastor.
Yep, it was nice. It was a little bit unexpected, though.
2-2, swung, chopped off the plate. We'll get another replay here.
Yeah, it was a little unexpected. I sent it over for the national anthem, and then
yeah, he just kept going.
A long break and then a long speech, but he did such a nice job serenading all the host families and all the hard workers here for the Oahe Zap, as they well deserve.
The 2-2 from Aiden Johnson, swung grounded towards Jared Pugrat at third, diving, snagging, and firing across the diamond in time.
Put him anywhere, he's going to make web gem plays as Jared Pugrat. That was a great way to start the game off with that stab. Tough second bounce for Pugrat. But man, he sure does have a gold glove over there.
No hide hop there as Pugrat fields it cleanly, falling to his side, firing across the diamond, recording the first out. Pugrat in a bit of an unfamiliar situation. He can play some third, but primarily plays that middle infield as Johnson misses high and inside for ball one. But I heard the coaches talking about it, say put Pugrat at third. He might have to play that in the playoffs today. Get him nice and comfortable over there. 1-0 now from Johnson. Swung on a miss for strike one to Jed Hannaford.
Yeah, and I mentioned this in the pregame while you were down on the field, but talking with Devin Skelton, I was really curious what the message was to the guys today about playing a game that really doesn't have many or any implications in terms of postseason play.
The 1-1 catches his own for strike two.
And you might find this interesting. He said, you got to treat the game with respect. You fool around today, then that game could come back to bite you against Spearfish. It's, the game of baseball has a soul, essentially, is what he was saying.
Johnson lines and fires the 1-2, misses inside for ball 2. And yeah, I had got that kind of message from this coaching staff. They weren't going to take this game off by any means. They still want to win. They want to take every game seriously, give a good show to these fans. Johnson missing inside there for ball 3.
Yeah, and he wanted that one too. Sorry to interrupt your point there, but that was a good pitch from Aiden Johnson. Thought he had strike 3.
Aiden Johnson looking for his first K of the afternoon. Off to do so here on this payoff pitch. The 3-2 swung, driven towards right field. Jackson coming in and making the play. Second out of the inning comes via Alex Jackson. A lot of guys in some different positions here today, most notably Noah Cadena out in left field. I'm sure you talked about it in the pregame, but Noah Cadena typically behind the plate, but out there in left today. He did list himself as an outfielder on the first day or the media day for the Oahe Zap this year, so we'll see how he looks out in left.
A lot of different faces in some different spots today.
Trying to get everyone their legs ready for the playoffs, as that one swung on a miss for strike 1. A bit of a rotated lineup, trying to get everybody involved, keep everybody fresh, because you never know who you're going to need in the playoffs. Every player is crucial on this roster. Johnson quickly ahead, 0-1, fires this one, skips in. Thought about offering was Weston Johnston, but opts to watch that one in for ball 1.
One thing Skelton also said about today's game was you get some guys who didn't get a lot of playing time throughout the season, a chance to go out and play some ball, and now those guys that were everyday starters get to sit on the bench and be those rah-rah guys.
1-1 misses inside for ball 2.
Get to be those guys in the dugout that cheer on the other guys and all playing important roles in not only today's game, but will play some very important roles come next week.
Today has a senior day feel at Hyde Stadium. The 2-1 skips in front of the plate, messes up the chalk for ball 3. It has that senior day feel where might be some of these guys' last time to really show off in front of this Hyde Stadium crowd. You got 2 playoff games, but this is the last regular season one before those games mean everything. A lot of guys planning to return next year, as that one misses for ball 4. A lot of guys planning to return for next year. They're already planning on who they're going to bring with them. I've been hearing that from the coaching staff, from the front office, and it's not the end for this Zap team. I think you'll see a lot of the fan favorites come back next year if you're a Zap fan watching at home.
Well, I think these guys have had so much fun in this incredible stretch after starting 1-9 and just turning the season around on a dime. I don't blame them for wanting to come back next year and do this all over again.
Runner on first, 2 away. That one skips at the plate. A good block by Ty Farwell. But it might be like how the Casper Spuds won the league last year and brought back so many returners from that core. Zap might be looking at that next year. They had a handful of returners. They didn't have a pitcher come back, but they had Vince Palizzi and Mason Lang come back, along with others like Hoffman, Brady Glenn, and others, as that one is driven sharply to right field. Alex Jackson's going to watch that one soar over his head and land at the warning track. Getting to it and firing back in. The runner's going to chug around third. The play at the plate, and he is caught dead to rights. A great relay from Alex Jackson into the infield, and Ty Farwell gets him at the plate for out number 3. We'll keep it right here for today's first inning Fiber Fact, presented by Venture Communications. Take it away, Justin.
Well, that was quite the setup here for Venture Communications. Do you love your current TV lineup with Venture Communications but want to stream? You won't miss a beat with UView Plus. Get all your live TV, all your favorite shows, and all the local sports you love now streaming your way with 100% fiber. It's the great same content. Experience UView Plus today, only available with Venture Communications. You can call their business office at 605-852-2224. And wow, back to the diamond. What a play from Alex Jackson, relaying it in to Caden Bazanski, who fired a dart into Ty Farwell. We've seen Alex Jackson make some great throws out of this outfield, including that one. And a beautiful way to get this game started for the Oahe Zap. Help out your starter and Aiden Johnson, who doesn't want any unneeded runs added to that ERA. And just a picture-perfect relay. Always a bad idea testing the arm of Alex Jackson wherever he sits in the outfield.
Yeah, that was a beautiful start to this game. Another scorcher here at Hyatt Stadium. We might have to close your foul ball window during the break so we can get some sort of break from the heat, because it is just a steamer. I don't know what has gotten into South Dakota, but this has got to be, I've heard from a lot of people, one of the hotter summers they've had.
It has been one of the hotter summers, and today, we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but that breeze that we had yesterday, not exactly blowing here this afternoon. Everything just kind of sitting still. And I did get to take advantage of the late afternoon start today. Got out to Dunes Golf and played 18 holes. And, well, I was about drenched by the time that I got back into the truck today. So I said, it was hot for me in shorts and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot for those guys out in the long pants and the button-down jerseys today.
And I was getting ready to go clean the bathroom, do my pregame, responsibilities. And I hear, Dylan, I have Coach Skelton down there saying, you're taking batting practice. And I just go, oh, no. Because not playing baseball since the second grade kind of hampers your ability to hit a baseball no matter how they're tossing them to you.
You're 21?
Yeah.
I still think you're going to be sore tomorrow morning when you wake up.
I wasn't swinging it that hard. I don't have a lot of power at the plate. I was a basketball player and a tennis player. And I've already shown the Zap my basketball ability at the YMCA that one day, so I will be able to sleep well. But
were you laying down a few bunts?
I probably should have. I don't think I would have made contact. My hand-eye coordination is not there with a baseball bat. I was a tennis player. I'm used to a much greater surface area when I'm swinging. I don't have the issue with the velo, but swinging that baseball bat, I was not making much contact there.
I wish I had known that there was BP for the taking this afternoon. I might have only played 9 holes and gotten that station work done a little bit sooner. Could have come out and laid the lumber.
Me and Jack Pates both took BP, and I think I wish I would have been in a different group with Jack, or maybe had another intern down there to make me look somewhat better for all my strikeouts. But Jack Pates really can swing a bat out there. You can tell how much time he spent with Vince Polizzi in the cages. Jack Pates, he was swinging a nice bat out there.
Well, I saw him throwing on a uniform. I didn't know why.
Gavin Frazier climbs in for the first at-bat of the day for the Oahe Zap. Creighton Jacobitz fires in a strike as he'll be hitting in the 9 spot and pitching for the Sodbusters today, so we get a bit of two-way action as that one misses inside for ball 1.
That was weird. Penny looked like he called time.
I think he might have.
The ball was about halfway home.
I believe the 0-1 now. Line through the gap. It won't matter what the count was. Gavin Frazier, a leadoff single right past the third baseman.
And this could be a learning lesson for the Zap, too, here today in terms of playing without any stress and playing stress-free.
Yep.
If this day offensively goes like you had days go early in July when the Zap were scoring 10, 12, 14 runs, maybe you unlock something a little bit of, hey, when we play relaxed, when we play loose, we play our best ball.
So Jared Pugrad now climbs in, watches strike 1. It's a good pitcher to get some reps against. Creighton Jacobitz has been outstanding for the Sodbusters this season. Definitely be a guy who's probably set to make an all-ILB team this year. So that one misses inside and clips Jared Pugrad. So he'll take his base, an early jam for Jacobitz to work with.
Well, that was interesting. Weston Johnston didn't believe that hit Pugrad. Pugrad just started
either.
walking down to first base and then looked back at Penny like,
yeah,
that hit me. Yep, that hit me.
Penny signaled it pretty early, pointed, and you'll take it if you're Jared Pugrad. That one didn't look as painful as some of the ones he's been hit with. He got hit in the elbow one game, I believe. He got hit in the knee another game. He has been battered in his short time with the Zap in the second half, but Ty Farwell climbs in now with a bit of a chance to score some early runs here for the Oahe Zap. Now for the third straight batter, watches strike 1.
Farwell with that huge insurance run yesterday kind of did it all himself with the triple off the wall and then scoring the pass ball.
0-1 now to Farwell, swung on in the dirt and missed for strike 2.
But he got that big insurance run. They didn't end up needing it, but the Sodbusters made things really tight yesterday with those 4 runs in the 6th and 7th innings. And you got to give those guys credit because they, too, at that point were playing for a playoff spot of their own.
Yeah, they gave it their all, and until that Spud win last night, they were still eligible as Farwell goes down looking. A high fastball gets them down for the first out of the day.
Pretty interesting how things kind of shook out last night. You had the Hastings Sodbusters trying to beat the Zap trying to beat the Sodbusters, and then you had the Sodbusters rooting for the Sasquatch and the Zap rooting for the Spuds.
Yeah. Until the Spuds won last night, Hastings was, that's the thing, coming into the day, if Hastings would have won both and Spearfish would have won both, they'd have been in the playoffs. As now everyone's eliminated except for the Zap and the Sasquatch. Hammond's behind in the count 0-1. Another chance for Connor Hammonds to get to swing the bat. We've seen him pitch a lot here lately. 0-1 now to Hammonds. Swung, fouled off into the crowd for strike 2.
I am liking the trajectory of some of these early foul balls because it does make us feel like we're going to get one kind of over in our direction.
I would love it if we got one on the last regular season game of the year, because that would be awesome.
I wouldn't mind saving it for the postseason, but we do need one with you in the press box.
We need one with me in the press box, so the Wi-Fi better cooperate. The 0-2 to Hammonds, swung out in front and missed for strike 3.
Yeah, and Jacobitz has settled in nicely after giving off that leadoff single to Gavin Frazier and then just grazing the elbow pad of Jared Pugrad. 2 straight strikeouts. Shows you why he's been the ace for this team this season.
A 2.1 ERA, a whip hovering around 1, and he has been just outstanding for them this year as he's pitched 54 innings of work coming into the day as Quinn Lugston watches that one high in for ball 1. He has been just crucial for this Sodbuster team. And I couldn't believe that he didn't get the start yesterday with the playoffs on the line as Ludvigson skies that one to shallow center field. Shortstop calling everybody off and making the play for the third out of the inning. So the Zap get 2 on but can't bring them around. Still scoreless here at Hyde Stadium. We'll be right back on River 92.7.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Doing a little spring cleaning at your house? I'm Val Keller, City of Pierre's Solid Waste Manager, letting you know the City Supply Swap program can help. We'll recycle cleaning supplies, paint, and other household chemicals you don't want anymore. Plus, you're free to take any products other people dropped off for recycling. The swap program helps our customers and keeps things out of our landfill. Supplies we accept include stains and sealers, pesticides, pool chemicals, typical cleaning agents, as well as oil-based paint, latex paint, and spray paint. For additional information, call 605-773-7434. Again, that's 773-7434 for more information about recycling your household supplies and paint. Let the City of Pierre help you get your home and garage cleared out and cleaned up for the summer months.
This public service message is brought to you by the radio stations of the DRG Media Group in Pierre.
Scoreless here as we head to the top of the second inning. Hello everybody, Justin Cowart alongside Dylan Beach and Eli Lewis on the final regular season Sunday of this 2025 Zap season. But with baseball to come next week, we are thrilled as Aiden Johnson starts off with a beautiful breaking pitch in there for strike 1, swung on and missed by Jackson Crane. Aiden Johnson ahead 0-1. Aiden Johnson evened at 1-1. We had to wait on the signal there from Richard Gilmore. Jackson Crane looked like he might have gone around on that pitch. Richard Gilmore thinks otherwise. Gotta tell you, Dylan, I'm very glad that this was not our last broadcast together. Here's the 1-1 from Johnson. That's down and away for ball 2.
Yeah, I didn't bring any tissues up in the broadcast booth today because I know we got 2 more together.
We will need them next week.
That will be a sad day. Our last broadcast for now.
It's not goodbye, it's see you later. See you Tuesdays. That one misses way high for ball 3.
Who knows where the past might take us? I mean, we might be calling something together in the future.
If we could only be so lucky. Johnson behind 3-1 here to Jackson Crane.
I don't know what I'm going to do without Eli Lewis as my producer, though.
Swing and a miss. Count runs full. Well, you might just have to get a job and bring them on yourself. Say, I have a couple demands if I'm going to take this broadcasting job. Here's the payoff pitch. In there for strike 3, and Crane goes down looking. He was mid-bat toss back to the dugout, but now he's going to have to walk back that way after taking strike 3 on the outside corner. Aiden Johnson tallies another one. First out of the inning.
Yeah, it's going to be like in semi-pro where Jackie Moon brings his friend with him to work for the ABA. That's going to be me and Eli. Can I bring my son friend with me?
That's how you want to start off a job, is say, hey, I've got this guy.
Eli Lewis, man. You got to see him.
First pitch taken by Tyler Welsh. Welsh, a big power hitter. Guy that can certainly leave the yard if you're not careful. Is that one in there for ball 2?
And he just about did leave the yard yesterday. Had that belt to the warning track, and Zapper lucky that one didn't come back to bite him with a homer.
Yeah, they sure are. With the wind the way that it was yesterday, as Johnson misses down and away for ball 3.
Yeah.
That swing from Tyler Welsh, I would have to imagine, I'd venture to say that on today's weather, with today's weather, that probably leaves the yard.
I think the Zap might have had a couple like that yesterday too.
As this 3-0 pitch runs way up and in and hits Tyler Welsh. Johnson saying, I'm sorry about that one, on Welsh's way down to first base. Good thing Tyler Welsh has got those big muscles up top. He could hardly feel that pitch.
Yeah. It's a hot one out today. I'm sure the moisture is impacting the grip on the baseball. We've seen a couple of wild ones from Aiden Johnson. And I threw the bat during my batting practice. I didn't have any batting gloves. That was getting to me, too. I already have sweaty hands despite 90-degree weather.
We did see a bat leave the hands yesterday, as this one's off the thumb of the bat, right back to Johnson. Only played to first, and he fires to a waiting Hammonds for out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out for Jude Greaves, and that's the second out of the inning for Aiden Johnson.
Funny enough, the guy who did slip out of his hands yesterday was Aiden Johnson, so I'm in the same boat as him. I think he makes a lot better contact with the ball, though. I don't think I could hit one to Aiden's area like he can.
Do you think you got any that would have been hits in your batting practice
Maybe
session?
1.
Okay.
There was maybe 1 that I think. Maybe 2. 2 if the defense just forgets how to play.
Joey Hecker's first swing not going to be a hit. Could be an out if Pugrad can get to it in front of the Sodbusters dugout, but nobody there to catch Pugrad if he went over the railing. They were wearing the different color jerseys today, so Pugrad wisely lets that one bounce onto the concrete just on the other side of that Hastings Sodbusters dugout railing. Johnson gets ahead 0-1. Welsh with a pretty generous lead out at second. Nobody holding him there. This one's rifled the other way. Diving is Pugrad. He can't get to it. That one scoots into left field. Cadena will come up and throw it. Tyler Welsh will stay planted on third base as they learned the lesson with Alex Jackson over in right, not to test these outfield arms. But with 2 outs, the Sodbusters have runners on first and third for today's pitcher and designated hitter, Creighton Jacobitz. Another guy you don't want to leave anything too good over the plate for, as this kid he's country strong. Big kid is Jacobitz. Stands probably about 6'4", 6'5". First pitch to Creighton is up and away for ball 1.
Yeah, we've seen the power at the mound this season. This is his first at-bat of the year, and I can just tell by kind of looking at him. I think if he gets a hold of one, he could definitely drill one.
Well, he's got the top button and the second button of his jersey unbuttoned. He's really going full Hasselhoff as the pickoff attempt over to first base is close, but not in time. Man, Hammonds, who's always got a great snap tag, looked like he might have gotten Joey Hecker, and I think Joey Hecker thought they got Joey Hecker.
That tag was in front of him on the bag.
That is what's tough about only having one field umpire, is it's a tough angle for Gilmore, who's set up in front of second base. As this one gets away from Farwell, Welsh is going to try to score. Farwell slides to it but couldn't corral it. So everybody moves up 90 feet. Yeah, that's tough for Aiden Johnson, and I think that's one that Richard Gilmore might go back and watch, as he often does, and maybe see that that one was closer than it looked from his angle. So the Sodbusters will take a 1-0 lead. Devin Skelton's going to go out and talk to Aiden Johnson and maybe try to talk to the rest of his infield and say, guys, what do we talk about? We take this game seriously. Not that they're not right now, but it does seem a little bit sloppy here to start. We've seen only one great play, well, maybe two great plays, to throw from Alex Jackson and right, but Jared Pugrad's diving stab to get the first out of the inning in the first inning was an outstanding play, but things maybe feeling a little bit loose here for the Oahe Zap, understandably so. Late night last night, of course, they were up late watching that Casper Spuds game.
And this is a game you want to win. You want to be able to celebrate on your field in front of your crowd, get that picture taken for the second half championship, and you want to all have a legitimate smile on your face. You want to win this ball game. Sure
doesn't feel as good to take that picture after a loss. Jacobitz almost wears that one, and it's 3-0. Jacobitz thought it hit him. He's kind of throwing his hands up, looking down at his third base coach like, Pugrad got to take his base. Why don't I get to take my base? See what Johnson comes back here. Again, got to be careful with Jacobitz. That one off the plate for ball 4. Jacobitz was never going to offer. But Sodbusters will have him on first and second with 2 outs.
You could tell that was his first at-bat because the guy who was the first base coach last night had his phone out recording it as he took his walk.
Maybe a bit of a senior day as well for the Sodbusters. It's all about having fun at the ballpark, as Johnson throws this one over the head of Max Israel. And I'm surprised not to see a rosin bag out there with Aiden Johnson. He's wiping down his hand on his pant leg, and now he's calling for something out of the dugout, and I'm willing to bet my next paycheck that is a rosin bag that will be tossed out like a grenade. So it's 1-0 to Israel. And now 2-0. Was that one misses in the dirt? Yeah, you know, the last time I got to take batting practice was at Truist Park, believe it or not. As Johnson's behind 2-0 to Israel. Trying not to let this get too big of an inning. That one in there for strike one, catches the bottom part of the zone. It was in this was back in 2021. It was in celebration of their World Series championship. We got gifted the opportunity to go to the ballpark and do a bunch of different types of things. Run the bases, catch some fly balls, check out the dugout. As this one is ripped up the middle, that's going to drop into the right center gap and certainly score 2. Welsh is going to score, and now trotting and pounding around second is Jacobitz. Throw will come in and go to third as Max Israel will have a standing triple. The ball bounces and bounces off of his backside, and it kind of kills the momentum of that throw, or else he likely might have scored a inside-the-park home run. So you go back to that pickoff attempt that was called safe. And I think if there had been an umpire on the opposite side of the bag instead of out in front of second base, Zap might have been out of this inning with no runs. But instead it's 3-0 here, Sodbusters in the top of the second. As Johnson will deliver an off-speed pitch for strike one to Jet Hannaford. But one of those events that they were throwing there was you got to take BP in the batting cages down in the clubhouse. As Hannaford will take ball one on the inside corner. Now, I was not well-versed or well-filled in on what the event was going to look like, and 1-1 swung on and missed by Hannaford way out in front of that off-speed pitch. I thought it was a little bit more of a formal event, so I dressed up in a nice quarter zip, some nice dress pants, and showed up. Everybody else was dressed like they were going to a Braves game. I was dressed like I was going to court. As Hannaford rips this one to shortstop, Frazier comes up, firing across the diamond. The stretch, the squeeze, and the third out of the inning is recorded, but the Sodbusters do plenty of damage. They lead 3-0 after a 3-run frame in the top of the second. We head to the bottom half here on River 92.7.
Thinking of travel, Pierre Regional Airport offers non-stop flights to Denver. Starting August 1st, book your destination at United.com. With United Mileage Plus, you can save more by earning miles when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. 1-hour flights to Denver and the world beyond. Avoid the crowds, avoid the drive, and enjoy free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. United Airlines in Pierre starting August 1st. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre.
We're good at making excuses for things we don't want to do.
I can't work late because my cat has a job interview.
Unfortunately, we're also good at making excuses for things we shouldn't do, like driving drunk.
There's nothing on the back roads but cows.
The truth is, there's no good reason to drink and drive. Not even if you stick to the back roads. If you drink, don't drive. No excuses. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, South Dakota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
If you're interested in becoming a valued sponsor of an Oahe Zap broadcast, you can contact us for more information at sports@dakotaradiogroup.com or call us at 605-224-8686.
Hey Zap baseball fans, it's Justin Cowart. If you're interested in a podcast that's sports and only sports, you need to check out Players Perspective. I have athletes and coaches from the South Dakota area and across the country, from the high school all the way up to the professional level. Come on and tell stories of their biggest and best moments of their athletic careers. If it's sports, you bet we cover it on Players Perspective Podcast, sponsored by Avera. You can find it wherever you find podcasts by searching DRG Media Group or on drgnews.com. Now, back to myself and Dylan Beach in the broadcast booth for some more Zap Baseball. A 3-run frame that really maybe never should have been for the Hastings Sodbusters after a pickoff attempt. Looked good and looked good on replay up here. The runner was called safe, and then the Sodbusters would go on to plate 3 runs, including a Max Israel triple that brought in 2. Zap trail 3-0, but this may be another good opportunity for the Zap here to play from behind and try to claw back into a game, something that they could very well find themselves in a situation like this against Spearfish come postseason time. It'll be Noah Cadena to lead things off here in the bottom half of the second inning. Jacobit's first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1.
And I think you're just maybe more so happy that that 3-run inning happened tonight rather than last night.
Amen, brother.
You want to win this game, but you got your business taken care of yesterday. You won the big one.
As this one bounces about a foot in front of the plate for ball 1. And nobody's perfect, but if anybody's close, it's Richard Gilmore. Trying to signal to him that, well, he watches enough replays of these games.
He'll watch it.
He'll see it. We love you, Rich. Here's the 1-1 to Cadena. That one's down and in for ball 2.
My fellow Indy animal.
I will say I did hit pretty well in that batting cage at Truist Park. I think it might have still been SunTrust at that point. As Cadena puts a charge in a 1 into deep left field. Way back. That's going to bounce at the warning track, and off to the races goes Cadena. Rounding second, chugging for third. Throw comes in from Tyler Welsh, and Cadena slides into third with a lead-off triple.
I thought he got his Zap home run right there. The fans keep telling him he owes us one.
He sure does, but he hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark. I'd say about 70% of the time that one leaves if he hits it anywhere else, but he sends it right out to that 383 part out in left center field. An absolute monster shot there from the crafty Noah Cadena. Gets into third, and now Alex Jackson will come up with nobody out, and the first run of the ball game 90 feet away. As he lifts one into the same part of the ballpark, Welsh going to track back towards the warning track, looking up into the sunlight, fighting that sunlight, and making the catch is Tyler Welsh. But Noah Cadena will have plenty of time to tag and come in, so Alex Jackson with a productive out puts the Zap on the board. They trail 3-1, but they answer nicely after that 3-run frame in the top of the second from the Sodbusters. That's some really good small ball right there with some loud outs.
Yeah.
Or a loud out from Alex Jackson.
That's productive to get on the board first. And Justin, it was probably a good thing you weren't at batting practice today, because Coach Jamie was throwing BP, and he's like, this is for critiquing my call at third last night. threw one behind me, threw one inside.
As that one runs up and in to Andrew Phillips for ball one.
Just trying to give me the whole Zap experience.
Well, you know, if I don't think as that one's in there for strike one, I don't think there was much critiquing. I think he pretty much cost his team an out there. I think if he went back and watched it.
I should have leaned into one of the pitches so I could have been like, I'm on.
As Phillips is putting Tyler Welsh to work out there on the left. He drives it opposite field. Welsh is going to track over to his right, make the catch for the second out.
Welsh might ask to get put back at first base tonight.
Yeah, he is getting busy out there on the left. The last 3 balls have been sent out his direction. He's made 2 outs of the 3, so that's pretty good odds, but the leadoff triple by Noah Cadena is what got the Zap in position. Alex Jackson drove him in with the sacrifice fly. Now with 2 outs, Caden Bazanski will step in. And he takes strike one. I'm not sure how it came to be, but Caden Bazanski always gives me a big, hearty Roll Tide every time I see him. I thought that only Skelton was the other Alabama fan, as Bazanski fans on that one for strike 2.
He's from Canada. I don't know how he became an Alabama fan. I think it's probably because he saw you just doing it in the dugout.
Hey, the more the merrier. Bazanski really getting Tyler Welsh working. He drives that one opposite field out to left. Welsh didn't have to move far for that one. He camps underneath it and makes the third out. But the Zap with a leadoff triple from Noah Cadena. Bring him across and get into this game. It's 3-1. Sodbusters lead. We head to the top of the third after this.
Hey, it's your phone talking. Yeah, your phone. You know, that thing you're constantly picking up and poking around. Listen, when you're behind the wheel, would you please give me a break? You'll have plenty of time for your TikToks and, I don't know, texting your friends after you put it in park. Distracted driving, friends, no joke. One quick text or social media feed can cause a crash, and hey, I don't want any part of that. You got someplace to be, and trust me, I'll enjoy the downtime. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and its station.
Dunes Golf is celebrating their 30th anniversary this summer. They look forward to seeing old friends and new acquaintances on the driving range and on the course throughout the summer. Play 9 or 18 holes, pay by the round, save with a punch card, or become a member for unlimited play. Dunes Golf is a great location for group outings or a summer play day. Call 605-223-2525 or see golfdunes.com. Just 1 mile north of Fort Pierre on Highway 1806. Dunes Golf.
Thinking of travel, Pierre Regional Airport offers nonstop flights from Pierre to Denver. From there, you can fly anywhere. Book to your destination and check bags through on United, Delta, or American Airlines. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets to Denver, then connecting to your destination. Save travel time and money, avoid the crowds, and free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits.
Aiden Johnson back out on the mound.
That works. Sorry, Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce. We'll get you next half inning.
As that one misses high for ball 1. We love our sponsors. I'm sorry, Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce.
Hey, they have gotten
a lot of
money's
ads
worth and then some.
They have gotten every inning just about this year as that one swung and fanned over for strike 1. Aiden Johnson gave up 3 in the top of the second, as they probably shouldn't have even happened. It was a close pickoff move over at first. 1-1 turns 2-1.
Let's not bury our friend Richard Gilmore.
We won't harp on it anymore, as I'll continue to harp.
I mean, he did miss the call, but it's okay.
The 2-1 now from Aiden Johnson. Swung on a miss for strike 2.
You know, if we sat up here and acted like we got every broadcast dead on nails.
There's a lot of calls I wish I could have back this year, especially some of those early ones, but we found our groove after a while, Justin.
I think it happened pretty quick.
2-2, swung on a miss for strike 3. First out of the inning for Aiden Johnson. I agree. There was a couple where we settled in a little bit. I think we were just getting used to each other.
I think that sleepover we had really helped.
Yeah. Yeah, me, you, and Eli sleeping under the bridge that one night.
I was talking about when we all piled into my bed together.
I don't like where this broadcast is headed for our last.
It's senior day.
It's senior day. That one misses for ball 1. This one's starting to feel reminiscent of that Bison series.
Well, there's also the Prospects game where it was 23-4 in like the 5th inning.
That one was a football game. So that one's fouled off towards Capital Ave for strike 1. That was a streak of very odd games because you had the Plainsmen a couple of games prior, then you had that series versus Casper that they split, and then you had the Bison for 4 games, and it was just, you could call it baseball, but it might not have been the prettiest at times. The 1-1 now, swung, skied over towards the first baseline. Hammond's calling everybody off and bringing it into the glove for out number 2.
And it feels the same for some of those guys out there. I just watched Andrew Phillips using his glove as a pseudo basketball, working on his jump shot in between pitches out there. There he goes again.
I haven't seen Andrew Phillips at the Y for basketball. I might need to see if the guys are playing tomorrow at the Y on their off day or not. See if I can get back into another run. Aiden Johnson misses high over the outstretched glove of Ty Farwell for ball 1.
It did make me a little nervous the last time I was up there. It was in between series for the guys, and they had a big series coming up. I can't remember who was coming to town, but they were talking about after they wrapped up hoops.
1-0 line sharply down the third base line. Pugrad fielding cleanly, firing over, and a great pick by Connor Hammonds, but it drags him off the bag. Such a close play there. That one was grounded so sharply over to Jared Pugrad at third. Fired over to Connor Hammonds, just dragged him off the bag a little bit, so Jackson Crane will reach on that one.
Well, everything but the throw was just mesmerizing to watch. Pugrad with the pick over there at third, his second great play of the game. And then the pick from Hammonds, even though it drug him off the bag, he certainly saved a second base steal from Jackson Crane there.
Yo, now 1-0 from Aiden Johnson. Yeah, and I might have to get back on a basketball court for the guys before I leave to remind them that was the sport I played, not baseball. They haven't chirped me too bad about it yet, but
give it time.
I think Coach Skelton's going to let me hear about it until I leave Pier. 1-0 now from Aiden Johnson. Off speed, misses high for ball 2.
Well, what made me nervous was it was in between series. They had a big couple games coming up, and after they were done at the Y, they were all heading to the pool.
Glad we didn't lose anybody. Lifeguards might have had their hands full. If Jack Pates was there, they really would have. He can't swim, so that one's checked over at the runner at first. Not in time. So I was so scared to take Jack Pates kayaking with us that one day.
Just airing out some dirty laundry here.
Oh, Jack Pates is my good friend. He would be the first to tell you he's not a great swimmer, but he was a good kayaker. Aiden Johnson misses for ball 3.
Yeah, probably because he didn't want to swim.
We went kayaking. We made it all the way down to, I think it's Captain's Island. We started over at the launch behind Deb's and made it all the way to that island that day. So Aiden Johnson fires in for strike 1. A lot of good memories here in Pier. Can't believe the time is almost coming to an end, Justin. Few more days. Dad's flying in. We'll get to show him all the spots. Might take me 30 minutes, but show him all the spots. So that one is driven foul down the left field line, just about hitting the bullpen pitcher for the Sodbusters.
30 minutes. What, you going to show him everything twice?
We'll take an extra long tour of the Capitol. Show him all that Indiana limestone.
Feels like Aiden Johnson, his last couple starts, has gotten into 2-out innings, and then has had a little trouble getting out of them. We saw that in the second inning.
The first 2 outs have come easy here lately for Johnson. We'll see if he can get him on the 3-2, and he does.
Right on cue.
Down goes swinging is Tyler Welsh. Zap still trail 3-1, but the bats will be coming back up here in the bottom of the third on River 92.7.
Hey, it's your phone talking. Yeah, your phone. You know, that thing you're constantly picking up and poking around? Listen, when you're behind the wheel, would you please give me a break? You'll have plenty of time for your TikToks and, I don't know, texting your friends after you put it in park. Distracted driving, friend. No joke. One quick text or social media feed can cause a crash. And hey, I don't want any part of that. You got someplace to be. And trust me, I'll enjoy the downtime. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and its station.
Dunes Golf is celebrating their 30th anniversary this summer. They look forward to seeing old friends and new acquaintances on the driving range and on the course throughout the summer. Play 9 or 18 holes. Pay by the round. Save with a punch card or become a member for unlimited play. Dunes Golf is a great location for group outings or a summer play day. Call 605-223-2525 or see golfdunes.com. Just 1 mile north of Fort Pierre on Highway 1806. Dunes Golf.
Thinking of travel, Pierre Regional Airport offers nonstop flights from Pierre to Denver. From there, you can fly anywhere. Book to your destination and check bags through on United, Delta, or American Airlines. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets to Denver, then connecting to your destination. Save travel time and money, avoid the crowds, and free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Top of the lineup, due up here at Hyde Stadium, the 1-2-3, Gavin Frazier, Jared Pugrad, and Ty Farwell. And we welcome a very special guest into the broadcast booth, Mr. Pierre. Brady Glenn, welcome in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's been a long time coming. We haven't got to have you up here yet, but...
Yep.
Kind of shocking it took us this long to get Brady up here.
Yep.
As that one's fouled off the plate for strike one.
Last regular season game up here, getting up here, so...
I know, man.
Had to get up here.
Save the best for last.
Oh, yeah.
As Gavin Frazier behind in the count 0-1. Jacobitz fires in, misses for ball one.
Brady, Dylan was just talking about how his dad's coming into town. You know Pierre just about as good as anybody, even some of the natives. What does Dylan and his dad have to hit when he gets to town?
You're for sure, if you want to go somewhere to eat, definitely go to Cattleman's. They make some pretty good steaks, so... but yeah, I think I've been there a couple times. But they're really good.
2-1 now to Frazier, misses high for ball three.
It's been a very special season for you guys, especially this month of June. You start 1-9 and flip things around. You turn 25-7 since then. As that one's fouled off the fencing by Frazier. But what do you feel like was the turning point? When did things shift for you guys to becoming this playoff team that kind of just came out of the blue?
I mean, I feel we just got closer as a team overall. I think...
Payoff pitch now to Frazier. Line fouled on the third base line, and Coach Habiger didn't even flinch.
But yeah, I would just say the team chemistry, honestly. Out of all my years here, this has probably been the best so far. And just us coming together, doing the little things, all that, just all part of the process coming in. So
See a replay of that payoff pitch here to Gavin Frazier, trying to get the Zap back into this ball game as he lines that one up the middle.
David.
Reaches on a soft grounder, but Gavin Frazier back on base again. Brady, that was going to be my question to you, was you've been on every Zap team. What's so special about this one? But you have been on all of the Zap teams, and, I mean, it's got to be special to you to make the playoffs this year. And kind of tell us about your relationship with the coaches, this town, all your brothers down there in the dugout.
Yeah, no, this place is great. This is like my second home now. Coach Jamie, I mean, he's always been there. Coach Devin's been great too.
Gavin Frazier goes on the first pitch. It's a strike to Pugrad, but Gavin Frazier slides in safe. So that one is thrown out into the outfield. He gets the celebration in while the ball's being fielded out in the outfield, but it's definitely a great dugout full of guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All great guys.
You've been put in some really tight positions pitching-wise coming out of the bullpen, but you flourished. Do you kind of feel like you ride off of that momentum, ride off of that nervous energy?
A little bit, yeah. It gives me a little bit more adrenaline.
0-1 to Jared Pugrad. Line foul down the third base line, just flirting with hitting Coach Jamie over there once again. Someone's going to have to go get that ball. I don't think the Sodbusters realize it's still sitting out there in left field as one of them finally reluctantly goes.
But that's kind of, you feel like that's your sweet spot, getting into some tense situations?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Knowing you got to get out of that situation, just come in, do your job. That's all Jamie, all the coaches can ask for out of me. So
0-2 now to Jared Pugrad. Sets, fires. Jacobitz misses there for ball one.
What was the consensus with the team? Were you hoping that today was going to be a win and get in game, or were you guys just happy to get the win last night and see Casper win, that today was a little bit more relaxed?
Yeah, I feel yesterday was
1-2 swung on a miss by Pugrad for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I feel we were more comfortable getting that win yesterday than coming in, kind of just like getting guys in, getting reps in, and just, pretty much out here just getting our reps in, getting ready to go take on Spearfish next. So
what was kind of the consensus of the team in terms of the playoff push? When did you know that, hey, we might be able to do this thing?
Ooh, probably a few series back, honestly. I mean, it was kind of a
Farwell grounds that one to the second baseman. Farwell running it out, reaching in time. That one saves a run, but Ty Farwell will be safe at first. That was a great play by Jet Hannaford at second.
So you feel like a couple series ago is when things started to kind of come together for the guys?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a tight finish towards the end, but I knew we would somehow come out with it. So
kind of felt like everything that you needed to happen happened. Everything kind of fell in place when you needed Casper and Spearfish to split a 4-game series. They split the 4-game series, and you guys won the games that you needed to.
Yep.
As Connor Hammonds climbs in, swings over that one for strike one.
Long, grueling season coming out of the bullpen, and for being a starting pitcher, who has kind of been the guy that's kind of been the glue for that bullpen, would you think? And you can feel free to say yourself.
0-1 to Hammonds as they try to get Frazier at third. That one gets away from him, and Gavin Frazier's going to run in to score.
There you go.
Zap within a run now. Ty Farwell standing at second. It's a one-run ball game here now.
Honestly, I feel we have a few guys. I mean, we got AJ Pontiano. He's been throwing pretty well for us too. You got Steve in there. Drake. He's kind of got newer-ish to the team, but I mean he's been coming in doing his job as well. So
1-1 turns 2-1. And it feels weird even calling some of those second half guys new now that they've been with the team for just about a month now. It feels like time has really flown. Feels like those guys just got off the bus yesterday as that one misses to Connor Hammonds for ball three. For about a week or two, we'd call Connor Hammonds the newest guy, and then there was just a flurry of more players coming in. Now Connor Hammonds has been here for just about a month now. So he's ahead in the count 3-1. See the offering from Jacobitz. Hammonds getting up to that one and fouling it off into the netting for strike two.
Yeah, for the short amount of time they've been here, though, they're brothers now. Like we're all in this together. So.
Seems like when a guy comes in, it doesn't take long for them to get integrated into the brotherhood, it seems.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys have done a
payoff pitch to Hammonds, runs inside and hits him for ball four.
Seems like it's very easy for this ball club to welcome in a new guy and make him feel like he's been here for the entire season. What takes place when a new guy gets to town? How do you guys get him ingratiated?
I mean, we're all good with them. We're all good guys. So, I mean, we try to just make them feel as welcome as possible and just act as if they've been here the entire season. So just make them feel like family and they're part of this team and that they're going to do a good job for us on this team. So.
Runners on first and second, one away. Quinn Ludvigson climbs in with a chance to tie this ball game up or take the lead for the Oahe Zap. Farwell heads for third, and it's a double steal. Hammonds will be safe at second. Farwell safe at third. Good base running there from the Oahe Zap. Now both runners in scoring position. A well-placed ball could give the Zap the lead. The pitch to Ludvigson was a ball as well, so he's ahead in the count 1-0. We'll see the offering from Jacobitz. Lined into shallow right field. Quinn Ludvigson, that'll get down. That'll score Ty Farwell. Connor Hammonds gets the stop sign at third. And just like that, it's tied up here at Hyde Stadium on the final day of the regular season.
This was such an interesting game for you guys coming in. We talked about it a little bit, but, I talked to Devin Skelton, and he said that his message to you guys was you've got to treat this game with respect. You got to take this game seriously because, it's funny how the game can kind of work out itself in that Spearfish series, but this feels like it's a great opportunity for you guys to carry some momentum into that playoff series. How important would a win feel for you guys here this afternoon?
It would be good. I mean, it would carry us a lot of momentum going into this playoff series. So, but yeah, it would carry a lot of momentum for us.
So that one's fired in there for strike one. Cadena with runners on the corners, one away, tie ball game. He tripled to the deepest part of the ballpark as they try to pick off Quinn Ludvigson. He gets back in time. We see a lot of Zap runners kind of bouncing around on the base paths, Brady. How do you kind of, as a pitcher, deal with that? Do you focus on that? Do you focus on the batter? Like, what's your pickoff to batter ratio?
I mean, it just depends on the runner. I mean, I know a lot of the players in this league, so I just base it off how they base run, everything like that. Too, I'm a lefty, so I can see the runner mainly. So if I see him off, I'll throw over, keep him close. But
1-1 to Cadena, fouled off for strike two.
I would hope all the guys in this league have been around long enough.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Brady, you've been on this team for a few years. Work with a lot of catchers in this year. How do you kind of form those batteries with Ty, Noah, Mason, even Garen Gludhill when he was here before he got hurt? As Quinn Ludvigson heads for second, that one runs in and hits Cadena. As Connor Hammonds will come in standing, and Quinn Ludvigson heading to third, slides in there in time. That ball gets to the outfield. Quinn Ludvigson now running into the plate on a just disastrous play for the Sodbusters, and the Zap have a 5-3 lead here at Hyde Stadium.
That's huge.
That was a weird one.
Yes,
I don't think we've seen that happen this year, Brady.
Yeah, that's different. Q did that all himself, felt like.
Quinn scored from first base on that. Connor Hammonds trots in from third.
Yeah.
And a very Little League-esque play as Sodbusters thought they hit Noah Cadena, but evidently it hit behind him. So the count's 2-2 to Cadena. That one chopped towards third, firing across the diamond. Not in time as Noah Cadena, showing off the wheels,
there we go,
reaches safely.
Just keep passing the stick.
Cale Jensen fired over to Joey Hecker, but not in time. We saw Cadena just sprinting on that triple earlier, and he showed off the wheels once again here.
Kind of funny he's in left field today. I didn't really know he was an outfielder until today.
That's how he listed himself on day one.
We
finally get to see it.
He was listed as a catcher, I think an outfielder, and a pitcher. I don't think
really?
I think he was more so an emergency pitcher maybe for this year, but
gotcha.
It'll get Cadena on the bump today.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Alex Jackson climbs in, watches ball one, and Brady, going back to kind of that relationship between the pitcher and the catcher, kind of what's that conversation like during the game? What's the pitch relay from the dugout now? And it's definitely a close relationship you got to have with those guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. You just gotta trust them a lot, honestly. But yeah, trust is a lot because they're gonna put their body down on the line for you when you throw pitches. So we talk a lot about pitches, everything like that too.
Is there a partner that you're more so comfortable with in that catcher's room? Maybe Mason, you've been with him before.
Yeah.
Or is it Ty or Noah, somebody like that?
I mean, I honestly do like all of them. Like they've all been good with me when I've been on that mound. So I can't really say I have like a favorite, but but no.
As Jacobitz will exit the game.
He might have checked himself out of the game.
That's what it kind of was giving off.
What it looks like, Josh Printer was not coming out of the dugout, and it looked like they had signaled over, and meaning Creighton Jacobitz and Jet Hannaford kind of got together, and I think that Jacobitz might have subbed himself out.
They had someone warming up in between innings. I believe it was one of the position players, though.
It looks like Braden Cork has now taken the mound for the Sodbusters. We can only hope that Jacobitz is all right and not injured. He might have just said, that's enough for me today after the 4-run frame here.
Coach Skelton's over there inspecting their bats. I don't know what's going on right now.
Skelton just getting his nose and stuff as usual.
I don't know what's happening over there. Maybe a bat got misplaced.
Have you ever checked yourself out of a game from the mound?
I have not. I
think a bat got misplaced. I think
he is taking back.
He has the bat weight, it looks like.
Said, hey, guys, that belongs to us.
Yeah.
He has the bat, the weighted bat, and the bat weight. So Coach Skelton now coming back to the dugout with some Zap possessions. Those might have just got left there after BP.
Yeah.
As it will be a new pitcher on the bump for the Sodbusters. Braden Cork, we saw him last night in that ball game. He's under the pitch count, so he can go again. As the Zap lead 5-3, and we have Brady Glenn in the booth. Brady, you asked me the other day to say hi to your mom. Take it away, dude. What do you got to say to her?
She's actually here right now.
Oh, she is?
She flew in a couple days ago.
We always have the players in here when their parents are actually in town.
Yeah, she's down by the dugout, actually, sitting with my host family. Shout out Joel and Julie Peterson. But
we had Wyatt in the booth when his parents were here. I swear every time we have someone in the booth, their parents are in town and they can't even listen.
Yeah.
She'll have to go back and listen to it.
She'll go back and listen. Is that her waving the pom-pom at us down
she
there?
is. That's her, yeah.
Yep, there we go.
That's
Now we
here.
get to say hey to Mom. She's listening
She might
on
be
the
listening
phone.
right
She's
now,
listening
yeah.
on the phone. That's a true Zapaholic right there.
Yep. I know my dad's back home, though, so I'll say what's up to my dad. Love you, Dad. Back home in California. So.
They're probably pretty comfortable in Pierre at this point now.
Yeah. Yep.
Where's their go-to spot when they come to Pierre to stay? Because I imagine it's probably not bunking in the host family's house.
That's what we do. That's what we do. They always have a spare bedroom, nice little guest bedroom, and they usually stay in that. So
host family to the extreme, not only welcoming in Brady Glenn, but the Glenn family as well.
They're family at this point. So
you're staying with the same host family, I imagine, each year.
Yep. Every year I have. Yep.
That's got to be. This might be weird for them next year, bringing in somebody. They're going to say to the next player that they bring in, look, we had a good thing going with Brady Glenn. We need you not to screw that up. Yeah. Here's how Glenn helped us out, and here's what you can do as our next.
Well, we saw you running parking out there that one day at the host family event. So.
Yep, at the fish fry.
Yeah, the walkie-talkies and stuff. You guys had a professional run out there.
Oh, yeah, our host dad. He gets serious with that kind of stuff, so. But. Yeah, I got one more year of eligibility at school, so I might make a 5th year out here. So
we'd love to see it.
5 years.
5 years, yep.
This guy's a Zapaholic.
We would love to see it.
Yep.
So I'm sure the excitement is palpable with the playoffs coming right around the corner.
Yeah.
Definitely a series you guys feel like you can win.
Oh, yeah.
And as it sits right now, the first 2 games of the series will be here at Hyde Stadium. How big would it be, and what's the mentality going into those 2 games to try to take that 2-0 series lead before going on the road?
Oh, it's huge being here at home. The fans are always behind us. Our record is really good at home right now, so it would be huge. We could take the first 2 here at home, and then all we got to do is take 1 in Spearfish, and it's ours.
Try to make them regret scheduling the first 2 home games here at Hyde Stadium.
Yep.
The team has proven they can win out in Spearfish this second half, splitting the 4 games they've played out there this second half.
All we'll need is 1.
All you need is 1 if you can win them at Hyde. As Alex Jackson climbs in, already with 1 ball on the board inherited from Creighton Jacobitz. He swings on that one, fouls it off for strike 1.
Through your 4 years, have you kind of seen the community grow closer and closer to this organization?
Oh, yeah. Ever since we rebranded, they've.
When 1 skips in, they're trying to get the runner back at first, but not in time. Noah Cadena scurries on back.
But yeah, no, the community gets after this organization. They love it. They love it out here.
You guys brought the playoffs to Pierre. I'm expecting a very nice crowd for those 2 games, especially if it cools off as Jackson lines that one back the other way. Foul towards the Zap bullpen.
Going to take a quick look at the forecast here.
Please be cooler those nights. That would be
high of
lovely.
83, high of 81. It's baseball weather for the postseason in Pierre.
We've talked about it a lot this year, but God is a baseball fan, and that just proves it. As that one misses high and inside for ball 3. A full count to Alex Jackson.
Yep. Always sunny in 75.
What would be your pitch to the Zap fans listening at home or watching on the YouTube?
That one's grounded. Foul.
Your best pitch to get him out to Hyde Stadium Tuesday and Wednesday.
My best pitch. I'm gonna go with my changeup. My changeup's. That's it. Yeah.
All right. That was an Eli Lewis moment right there.
Oh, was it?
I think we were talking
your best
like sales pitch.
Oh shoot! I don't know if
he's throwing a changeup to the people at home.
That was a changeup. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I'll give him my hanging curveball so they can hit it.
Love that.
Yeah.
3-2 misses to Alex Jackson, and that one gets behind, but Cadena will not be able to advance any further. I might have needed you to throw me a hanging curve during batting practice today. I was drowning out there, Brady.
Did you get to see him hit?
I did. I was out in the outfield watching him. I was cheering for you.
You were out in the outfield, so not many balls came to you, I imagine.
It was an understatement. It was more like swing over him.
Hey, you were making some adjustments, though.
Yeah, I think the second round through went a little better. I think I might have had one that might have squeaked through.
Gotcha.
I hit that one comebacker right into the screen. That was the only one I think I made solid contact with. I proved that I was a basketball and tennis player out there, as that one's fouled off towards Capitol Ave.
I think we need to look like we're not having too much fun. Because Wyatt Gladue is down hanging.
He's itching for it.
He's on the steps of the dugout, looking up here like, man, I wish I was on the broadcast.
I'm gonna look. If he looks up here, we gotta throw the no signs at him. He's a reoccurring guest up here in the booth. Might have to make him pay rent in the press box. 0-1 misses for ball one. Wyatt's been a fun guest, but we finally get Brady Glenn up in the broadcast booth. We're going to have to see if we can get anybody up here during the playoffs or after. Maybe we need to have post-game interviews for the playoffs.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Very excited for those two games. The energy is going to be through the roof.
That one misses outside for ball two to Andrew Phillips. It's been a long third inning for the Oahe Zap, scoring 4, putting themselves back out in front on the final day of the regular season in the ILB. Hitting 5-3. Runners on first and second. The 2-1 to Phillips skips in for ball 3 with a chance to load the bases with another ball.
Yeah, Brady. Normally with our players up here, we have them up for about an inning and a half because those innings move quickly. Yeah. We're just this half inning is going to cover everything that we needed to cover here.
Yeah,
you're getting your money's worth in just this half inning.
Yeah, shoot, we only have one out.
1 out, 4 runs scored here in the bottom of the third.
3-1 now to Andrew Phillips. Misses off the plate. That'll walk the bases loaded. 1 away for Caden Bazanski. A lot of guys getting their chance in the lineup. Some guys who typically start every day, kind of going into that rah-rah role is what Justin said. What's kind of that adjustment from some of the maybe more vocal guys on the field or in the dugout now being out on the field? Guys like Bazanski. You still got Estevan Baca and Hudson Ivy in there, so I guess it's still going to be plenty loud.
Yeah, no, they're great out there. We love hearing the loud. It's just kind of motivating a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's fired in for strike one. I think this place would erupt if Caden Bazanski could knock in some runs. The 0-1 checked on in the dirt. They say he went behind in the count 0-2.
And Brady, you went last night. You didn't. We thought we might see you for a little bit longer out there on the bump, but maybe trying to save your arm for the postseason. What's kind of your recovery time?
0-2 just misses for ball one.
I usually, after my start, especially if I go long, I usually like to try and get a little pin in during my days off. Usually, get the pin in, do some.
That one lined into shallow right field. That one gonna get down. Caden Bazanski gonna score Noah Cadena. As it'll be a station-to-station single for Bazanski, scoring the 6th run of the ball game for the Oahe Zap.
But what I was saying though, I usually try to get a pin in, keep the arm loose during those days off, do some long toss. I'd like to stay active with my arm usually on those days off, especially just so I'm not going in tight or anything like that for my next outing. So
when will you be good? When's your next good day to go?
So I'm off today, and then tomorrow we got our off day. So I'm only 2 days rest right now, so I'll be good first game of playoffs.
Gavin Frazier climbs in, fouls that one into the fencing. And into the umbrella of the birthday boy, Corey Baker.
What a snag.
As Frazier behind in the count, 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 away for the Zap. That one misses high for ball one. Brady, we've talked to a lot of pitchers this year, a lot of guys who have been two-way guys at one point. Wasn't the last time you took a live AB?
Oh.
Frazier watches that one high and inside for ball two.
2 summers ago, I got one out here. We played banana ball with.
I heard about that.
Yeah, we played banana ball.
2-1 to Frazier. Turns 3-1.
So Jamie threw a bunch of us pitchers out there to play the field and everything. So I got a live AB. So
how'd it go? We can just leave it at that. The 3-1 to
yeah.
Frazier swung over and missed for strike 2.
Have you gotten any better since that at bat? Or are we just focusing on the rubber?
Yeah, I'm just focusing on the mound.
Probably hasn't swung too many times since then.
Swung a couple fungos, that's it.
Payoff pitch to Gavin Frazier, and he goes down swinging for the second out of the inning.
You know, this offense has been incredible with 2 outs all season long. It's been kind of comical how many runs this team scored with 2 outs. With Jared Pugrad coming up, another good opportunity to do so with bases loaded. But as a pitcher, that has got to be your best friend. Just knowing that even with 2 outs, this offense can strike and really give you some run support at any point.
Yeah, that's huge, especially knowing they got your back.
2 away, bases loaded for Jared Pugrad. He watches strike 1. Big inning, could keep going here with the Zap. It excelled with 2 outs all season long. The 0-1 to Jared Pugrad. Chopped towards short. Force play at third.
There.
Phillips playing it out, sliding in, but they're going to say he was not there in time. That was a close one, and Andrew Phillips, I think he's going to think he was there safe as we'll bid goodbye to Brady Glenn. He got a very long bottom of the third. We finally got to have him up. Thank you so much for joining us here, Brady.
Thanks for having me.
We'll send it away for a break. We'll be right back here for the top of the 4th. Zap leads 6-3.
The summer is here, and you know what that means. The Oahe Zap are back, and we at DRG Media Group are bringing you coverage of every Zap home game all summer long. You can hear all the home Zap games on River 92.7, or you can watch them live on drgnews.com at the River 92.7 station page. The Zap are offering you fans something new every single night. So get out to Hyde Stadium for some Zap baseball this summer. Purchase your tickets on OaheZap.com or buy them at the box office. If you can't make it to the game, we've got you covered on River 92.7 Oahe Zap Baseball, brought to you by DRG Media Group.
Big third inning for the Oahe Zap, puts them back out in front 6-3. They lead here as we head to the top of the 4th inning, and Bryce Vandewastein on the bump here. It's going to be a rotation of pitchers this afternoon. Aiden Johnson departs. So did Brady Glenn. Great to have Brady Glenn up on the broadcast. 4 years in the making.
Yep. And threw his changeup to the crowd.
Yeah, he did. That was funny, wasn't it?
That might have been my favorite moment of the year. What's your pitch?
Give him your best pitch. I really like my changeup. Well,
we love you, Brady. We love that changeup too.
He sure delivered. Man, how good has Brady Glenn been this season?
He has been in a pressure cooker, it feels, all year long. They put him in some tight spots, and feels like in this second half he has been a just crucial performer for this team.
He has been put in some of those jams that you don't envy
Nightmare
anybody
spots.
having to go out. And he has just handled it so well, and that could really be a big point of contention in the postseason. Is you get yourself into a tight spot, need to get yourself out of it, and it's great to have a guy like Brady Glenn there to do just that. And another guy that could be really important for this team in the postseason is Bryce Vandewastein. So hopefully see some good work out of him here in the top of the 4th inning. As it's a hot day here at Hyde Stadium. I think the temperature is sitting just under 100 degrees and certainly feels hotter than that.
Yeah.
For the guys that got to sit out there and bake in the sunlight like most of these guys do today. Aiden Johnson chose maybe the hottest uniforms that they could have worn today, but they still look good.
Well, he was picking a jersey combo last night, and then Coach Jamie comes into the chat and was like, let's do the baby blue pants. And I think they probably should have opted for the short white ones today because, I don't know, I don't think it would have really mattered. They can't really wear shorts out there. I think it would have been a hot one no matter what.
We remember a couple years ago when the Chicago White Sox, I think it was the Reds, wore those cut-off sleeveless jerseys.
Yeah, I remember that one. I got a lot of Reds fan friends, and that was a fun one.
They looked ridiculous.
You got like Scooter Jeanette out there who's just absolutely jacked, and it looked like he ripped the sleeves off.
First pitch of Vandewastein's day is going to be a strike. As he starts off Jude Greaves. It'll be 7-8-9 here for the Sodbusters. And we talked about the Zap getting behind early. A couple of runs that Aiden Johnson maybe shouldn't have given up after that pickoff attempt that looked good. As this one is softly hit over to Frazier at shortstop. He plays it on one hop, throws it over, and that's going to get by Connor Hammonds. And will bounce over to the retaining wall. Ty Farwell backing up the play will keep Greaves at first. Bit of an uncharacteristic throw there from Gavin Frazier.
Yeah, One Hill just want to forget about, move on to the next play, and still got some runs to work with here early.
Good effort there from Connor Hammonds, who went about full split trying to get to that one.
He's done that a couple of times already tonight. Another thing about this jersey combo, feels like some of them are smaller than others because Andrew Phillips pulled his out and he's like, how am I going to fit in this? It was an adult medium, and I first off can't believe he wears an adult medium with his upper body size, but it looked like a child small. That one missed for ball one. Sorry, Justin.
No worries, but I think for Andrew Phillips, he probably likes that, being able to show off the guns.
Well, I told him, he like reached his hands up. He's like, I don't even know if I can tuck this in. I was like, you're going to go for a fly ball, and the crowd's going to be able to see your belly tonight.
Hecker ahead 1-0. Van de Wastein curves one in there for ball two. That pitch looked good, but a bit high. We expect some big crowds here at Hyde Stadium Tuesday and Wednesday.
I don't want anybody but Spearfish fans in our chat that night. I just want all the Zap fans here in person.
I imagine that they're going to get out and support as this one's fouled off. 2-1 is the count.
Especially once you gave him that great weather forecast, Justin. I don't think we could ask for better baseball, especially after the last two games have been close to 100 here.
I didn't want to mention it did look like there was rain in the forecast, but that's the iPhone weather app.
Yeah, I mean,
that thing is.
It breaks up all the time.
We're on the Missouri. It's raining right now.
We're on the Missouri River.
That pitch is swung on and missed. Runner goes. Throw down to second is in time. What a throw from Ty Farwell to get Jude Greaves stealing, and a great tag by Gavin Frazier to boot. Ty Farwell with a little fist bump back towards his own dugout. That was about all good there. Bryce Van de Wastein fired a swinging strike. Ty Farwell fired a dart down to second, and they got the runner out. So that'll be the first out of the inning, and it empties the bases for Van de Wastein, who's got a 2-2 count. And he gets a swing and a miss for strike three. Farwell just barely couldn't reach the tag, so he fires it down to Connor Hammonds.
That Farwell's got such long arms that he just tried to reach out and tag him and just narrowly couldn't get him.
Was trying to get the last belt loop of Hecker there, but Hecker eluded him for the moment. So that's the second out. And that'll bring us to where Creighton Jacobitz was hitting, and now it'll be Braden Cork at the plate. Cork will stand in the left-hand batter's box and take ball one. And this creates a little interesting dilemma here. I'm not sure how much hitting Braden Cork has done this year. But with Creighton Jacobitz being the starting pitcher and the designated hitter, Cork has to assume that position, and it doesn't look like Cork has done much hitting this season.
Yeah, that was a Dillon Beach swing.
Nothing against Braden Cork. We're not trying to disparage him, but
I'm rooting for him to get a hit.
I love
pitchers hitting.
Cork with the 1-1. He sends one into center field, but it's going to be a can of corn for Andrew Phillips as he camps underneath it. But, hey, give Braden Cork credit. He put one in play.
That was a good swing.
He's even laughing about it. I think the whole dugout, including some of the Zap guys, wanted to see a hit there. He'll try again later on in the ball game. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Zap leading 6-3 on River 92.7.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Doing a little spring cleaning at your house? I'm Val Keller, City of Pierre's Solid Waste Manager, letting you know the City Supply Swap program can help. We'll recycle cleaning supplies, paint, and other household chemicals you don't want anymore. Plus, you're free to take any products other people dropped off for recycling. The swap program helps our customers and keeps things out of our landfill. Supplies we accept include stains and sealers, pesticides, pool chemicals, typical cleaning agents, as well as oil-based paint, latex paint, and spray paint. For additional information, call 605-773-7434. Again, that's 773-7434 for more information about recycling your household supplies and paint. Let the City of Pierre help you get your home and garage cleared out and cleaned up for the summer months.
This public service message is brought to you by the radio stations of the DRG Media Group in Pierre.
Rolling along here to the bottom of the fourth. Zap with a 5-run third inning. Put themselves back in front after the Sodbusters scored 3 in the top of the second inning, I should say. Zap leads 6-3, 6 runs on 6 hits for the Zap, 3 runs on 3 hits for the Sodbusters. As Ty Farwell will lead things off here. That was a long third inning, but we got to enjoy our visit with Brady Glenn. As Ty Farwell will look to lead things off here for the Zap. As we mentioned, Farwell had a crucial hit last night. He sent a triple off the right field wall. And he starts by taking a ball on the outside corner of Braden Cork. Weston Johnston with a delayed throwback, thinking that one was a strike. Scott Penny not agreeing. Cork with the 1-0, and that one's rifled into left field. Tyler Welsh has been the busiest man in Pierre this Sunday afternoon. He catches that one on the fly. And Farwell is retired. That'll bring up Connor Hammonds.
He played first last night, but he looks perfectly comfortable out there in left. He's been positioned perfectly every time. He hasn't, outside of those ones hit to the gap, he hasn't had to move too much.
I think he has caught more balls today than Joey Hecker, who is the actual first baseman for the Sodbusters. As Hammonds takes ball 1 on the inside corner.
I think you're right, Justin. He has been busy over there in the left.
Cork working quickly. Big swing and a miss from Hammonds, evens the count at 1 apiece. I don't care what you got on the docket Tuesday night or Wednesday night. Cancel it. Get out to Hyde Stadium. Hammonds fanned on that one. 1-2 is the count. This team has made it to the postseason for the first time ever, and we want you to come out and show your support. It's been a long season. Here's the 1-2 to Hammonds. This one sent back the other way. Look out, Coach Wiggins. I think he's got his dancing shoes on today. He almost slams the helmet down, of course, in parody. He's always got a big smile on his face. Good thing he got out of the way of that heat-seeking missile off the bat of Hammonds. 1-2 again, swung on and missed for strike 3. And Cork looks a lot more comfortable on the mound than he does in the batter's box.
And I'm rooting for him to get a hit. When you have the pitcher be the DH, kind of puts you into a bind, but who knows how many pitchers they have with them on the roster right now. They might see a position player on the mound and getting a hit later.
Well, you know, it always gets you a little bit more comfortable when you made contact. He put that one into play. So maybe we'll see him find a gap the next time he comes up to the plate. That'll bring up Q. Quinn Ludvigsen takes ball 1 high. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And much to the dismay of the many fans here, that Breeze is not working hard. That one in there for strike 1. That heat just sitting still. Here's the 1-1. This one chopped towards the first base side. Played on a Sunday hop by Hecker. He fires over to Cork, and Cork stretches out and makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It's been all Zap here as of late. 6-3, the Zap lead. We'll be right back after this short break on River 92.7.
Thinking of travel? Pierre Regional Airport offers non-stop flights to Denver. Starting August 1st, book your destination at United.com. With United Mileage Plus, you can save more by earning miles when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. 1-hour flights to Denver and the world beyond. Avoid the crowds, avoid the drive, and enjoy free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. United Airlines in Pierre starting August 1st. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre.
We're good at making excuses for things we don't want to do.
I can't work late because my cat has a job interview.
Unfortunately, we're also good at making excuses for things we shouldn't do, like driving drunk.
There's nothing on the back roads but cows.
The truth is, there's no good reason to drink and drive. Not even if you stick to the back roads. If you drink, don't drive. No excuses. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, South Dakota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
If you're interested in becoming a valued sponsor of an Oahe Zap broadcast, you can contact us for more information at sports@dakotaradiogroup.com or call us at 605-224-8686.
Hey,
As we're back here at Hyde Stadium, some defensive adjustments. Alex Jackson out in left, Jake Daly in right. Ty Farwell's day is complete. Noah Cadena back behind the plate. As we get started back underway, Bryce Van de Wastein back out on the mound. Had a good inning the last time we saw him. The Zap leads 6-3 on what we're now dubbing Senior Day here at the ballpark. Decent crowd coming out, dealing with the heat. A lot of people in GA where there's the only bit of shade here at Hyde Stadium today.
yeah, general admission packed out this afternoon. Sure, the concession sales are doing pretty good today. Is there a Sunday Fun Day item today?
I don't think there was. I haven't heard anything about a Sunday Fun Day item, which is a shame. It's our last one of the year.
I didn't eat lunch. In preparation.
See if we can get you something up here, Justin.
Thought there might be like a baked potato bar or something today.
That wouldn't shock me. I think the Sunday Fun Day item might have been the ice cream sandwiches they got in this week at the ballpark. Instead of getting chocolate ice cream, they just got ice cream sandwiches. Bryce Van de Wastein just misses there for ball one. Not quite sure where. That one looked pretty good. And Wastein behind in the count 1-0. Zap lead by 3. Nobody away, nobody on. He misses again for ball 2.
A couple of brave souls that wore jeans today.
I do not envy them one bit, Justin.
That's something my grandfather would do. Never catch him in a pair of shorts.
2-0 from Van de Wastein. Swung, heading towards our way, needs a friendly hop, and that one goes into the hat of a fan. Little kid who already has a trading card in his hand is going for the foul ball, and nobody can find it.
That poor fan, it bounced off his hat. He's looking behind him, but it bounced in front of him.
Nobody knows where that ball is. I think Eli Lewis could run down there and find it before those kids right now. So I think a kid finally found it as that one is fouled right back towards their way. Those kids aren't paying attention, and one lucky fan down by the Zap bullpen going to get a free slushie. So the count's 2-2 after all that commotion. Bryce Van de Wastein trying to get another K here. As Zap will likely go through a few different pitchers as that one misses off speed for ball 3. Go through a couple of different pitchers today. Try to keep everybody fresh and ready for that postseason push. With that day of rest tomorrow, a lot of these guys could be ready if their pitch counts stay low. Payoff pitch here now from Bryce Van de Wastein. Sets, fires, that one chopped up the middle for a leadoff single. Some more defensive adjustments. It's Caden Bazanski now at shortstop and Tyler Hoffman at second, so Gavin Frazier's day will be done as well. So a flurry of adjustments here. Figured it was going to be a half day for a lot of guys. Get them some swings in early. Give them some rest. Let them get out of the ball game. Get some other guys some at-bats. So the updated look for the Zap from left to right. Alex Jackson in left, Phillips in center, Jake Daly out and right, and Pugran at third, Bazanski at short, Hoffman at second, Hammonds at first, and Noah Cadena behind the plate. And Wastein sets, fires, and misses high for ball 1. So a runner on first, a leadoff single for Max Israel. Will be the 2-hole hitter, Jet Hannaford now climbing in. Seen Hannaford play a lot of center field against the Zap this season. He's playing second today. As the 1-0 now. Line towards the center field gap. Phillips giving chase and calling off Alex Jackson at the last second and bringing it into the glove for out number 1. Had to turn on the jets for that one, Justin.
That was a little nerve-wracking there for a moment, watching Alex Jackson tread over to it. He kept looking at the ball and then looking at Phillips, looking at the ball and then looking at Phillips, like, are you going to call me off here? Finally, at the last second, the speedy Phillips did. Had the makings of a possible collision, which is the last thing you want to see here in this ball game.
Last day of the season, you do not want to have any collisions. As thankfully it didn't happen and the out was recorded. One away, Van de Wastein missing low for ball one. So the heart of the lineup now, Weston Johnston at the plate, Cale Jensen on deck. Max Israel continuing his hot series versus the Zap. I believe he was a new addition to this Sodbuster team, but he has been great for them as of late. And Wastein back in this at-bat. Count runs even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Zap moving a lot of guys around here today. Jared Pugrad and Andrew Phillips, one of the only guys staying put during all that action. Connor Hammond's over at first as well. 1-1 now from Van de Wastein. Drops in there for ball 2. Get a little bit of an update on some guys coming back for the playoffs. Vince Polizzi's supposed to be getting back into town tomorrow night.
Love that.
Not sure when Emiliano Curiel's coming back into town, or if there's any other first-half Zappers who want to come back, get on that playoff roster. Trey Runge was back with the team cheering him on last night. Van de Wastein misses for ball 3 there.
Scott Penny about called a strike, and then he decided to adjust his chest gear to try to throw everybody off the scent. He wanted to call it, and then he thought better of it, so he said, well, I already started the motion. I might as well just fix my gear to make it look like I wasn't going to call a strike. We're on to you, Scott.
Can't trick Justin Cowart. The 3-1 right down Main Street for strike 2. But Trey Runge coming back into town. He had that injury to his hand early in the year that stopped his season short, but got back into town, was cheering on his guys. I think he headed back home here today. The 3-2, Baltimore chopped down the third base line. Pugrad chasing, firing to second. Hoffman turning, firing, but not in time for the double play. But they'll get the lead runner at second for the second out of the inning.
That's big, and a heads-up play there by Pugrad to cut that one off before it got to Bazanski. I really didn't think that the play was going to go to second. I thought that they just may go to first. But Pugrad has all the trust in his new second baseman, Tyler Hoffman, to be there.
It's probably the easier play, the throw to second, rather than him having to turn and throw across his body. But Jared Pugrad's played so much shortstop, it looked like he was the shortstop on that play where he fielded that one. As Van de Wastein now 2 away, that one swung foul into the glove of Cadena, or off the glove of Cadena, I should say, for strike 1.
There's been a lot of additions to this team that I think have helped Zap. I don't think there's been a bigger addition than Jared Pugrad.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I think I'd agree with you there.
He plays so many crucial positions and plays them at such a high level. His bat in the batter's box.
That one catches the zone for strike 2.
He legit hits everything hard. I haven't seen a soft hit ball from Jared Pugrad. I mean, he's the errors he's made, you can count on one hand. You can remember them because you're kind of shocked when there is an error made.
0-2 now from Van de Wastein. Swung high into foul territory. Cadena ditching the catcher's gear, but that one going to land off the fencing into the glove.
A couple of our non-seasoned baseball fans thinking that one wasn't out. They're wondering why the batter hasn't left the batter's box, but it did roll off the netting into the glove of Cadena.
That will count for some style points. Won't count for an out. But still an impressive catch off the fencing from Noah Cadena. Still an 0-2 count for Van de Wastein. That one driven high into right field. That one going back, but going to die at the warning track. Brought into the glove of Jake Daly. If that one would have had any sort of wind helping it, I think that one might have been over the train tracks. But that one dies for the third out of the inning. Zap still leads 6-3. We'll be right back here in the bottom of the fifth here at Hyde Stadium.
Hey, it's your phone talking. Yeah, your phone. You know, that thing you're constantly picking up and poking around. Listen, when you're behind the wheel, would you please give me a break? You'll have plenty of time for your TikToks and, I don't know, texting your friends after you put it in park. Distracted driving, friend. No joke. One quick text or social media feed can cause a crash. And hey, I don't want any part of that. You got someplace to be. And trust me, I'll enjoy the downtime. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and its station.
Dunes Golf is celebrating their 30th anniversary this summer. They look forward to seeing old friends and new acquaintances on the driving range and on the course throughout the summer. Play 9 or 18 holes, pay by the round, save with a punch card, or become a member for unlimited play. Dunes Golf is a great location for group outings or a summer play day. Call 605-223-2525 or see golfdunes.com, just 1 mile north of Fort Pierre on Highway 1806. Dunes Golf.
Thinking of travel? Pierre Regional Airport offers nonstop flights from Pierre to Denver. From there, you can fly anywhere. Book to your destination and check bags through on United, Delta, or American Airlines. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets to Denver, then connecting to your destination. Save travel time and money, avoid the crowds, and free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
We're all enjoying the music here today. Noah Kadena getting ready to lead things off for the Oahe Zap. The 6, 7, 8, Kadena, Jackson, and Phillips. As it has just been a fun day at Hyde Stadium. Despite being an absolute scorcher, it has been a fun one, as always, here at Hyde Stadium. The last regular season game, but don't fret, people at home. You still have time to get down to Hyde Stadium either tonight or get down here for the playoffs. Ticket info will be released here shortly, as it'll be a fun couple of nights in Pierre. The playoffs coming to Hyde Stadium, the ILB Championship Series. South Dakota showdown between the Oahe Zap and the Spearfish Sasquatch. Games 1 and 2 here Tuesday and Wednesday night. For the Zap head on the road for Game 3 and 4 and 5 if they're necessary out in Spearfish.
And that just shapes out so well for the Zap. Playing so well at home, have an opportunity to take a 2-0 series lead going on the road.
As Kadena fouls that one off, gets Justin out of his seat. We're hoping it. I'm hoping one comes in here so we can close the window for the rest of the night once you catch a foul ball. The 1-1 to Kadena. Softly hit over to first base, a routine play for the first baseman. Today, Joey Hecker, and we mentioned how Tyler Welsh had caught more balls. Joey Hecker finally getting an opportunity over there at first.
Sounded like he broke his bat, too. A little thin on that one. You kind of heard the split on the swing. But we'll see Alex Jackson come up to the plate. Getting moved around a little bit.
Yep, he's now out and left, started today and right. See if he can get a rally started here for the Zap, see if they can add some more insurance here. In the bottom of the fifth, they lead by 6-3 on the ILB's final day of the season. Everything went the Zap way last night. They won here at home, took care of business versus the Sodbusters. That one's in there for strike 2 to Alex Jackson. And then a battle between the Sasquatch and the Spuds. Kind of mimicked that South Park episode where none of the boys wanted to win the game, as that one misses off the plate for ball 1. But it still looked like a pretty fiery game out there in Casper. It was a really interesting game. Casper jumped out to a 9-1 lead before Spearfish got it back close. And then both teams ending in double digits last night as Jackson skies that one out to right field. Settling under it, making the play is Max Israel.
Yeah, it was. It's so unique that essentially Casper's win was what was going to knock them out of the postseason. Pretty rare that you see a win be what sends you home for the year.
Yep. Yeah, and after the Zap win earlier in the day, their game got started after the Zap, so they really had no way of telling, but their only real path to the playoff presented by Dunes Golf was losing both of those games as Phillips pulls back a bunt for ball 1. Casper came into the day just stuck in a really hard position. They could either lose both of the games and leave it up to chance, but they went out there, they gave it their all, and they won the game, sent their rivals to the playoffs. Phillips hits that one softly out to center field for the third out of the inning, so it's 1-2-3 for Peyton Cork. Zap still leads 6-3. We'll be right back here on River 92.7 after this short break.
The summer is here, and you know what that means. The Oahe Zap are back, and we at DRG Media Group are bringing you coverage of every Zap home game all summer long. You can hear all the home Zap games on River 92.7, or you can watch them live on drgnews.com at the River 92.7 station page. The Zap are offering you fans something new every single night, so get out to Hyde Stadium for some Zap baseball this summer. Purchase your tickets on oahezap.com or buy them at the box office. If you can't make it to the game, we've got you covered on River 92.7 Oahe Zap Baseball, brought to you by DRG Media Group.
And
one of the final bucket toss. What, you think this is your inning, buddy?
I keep forgetting. That we switched today.
One of the final bucket toss games of the season taking place here, as we haven't yet seen a winner get it in the money bucket down towards the end. It has maybe been the toughest mid-inning game of the season. We see Charles from the Pier Wildcats competing, and one of the concession stand workers, Miss Oahe, competing as well. Bryce Van de Wastein back out on the mound here for the Zap. Miss Oahe's toss close, but just a bit off the mark. Charles from the Wildcats trying to play it on the mound, and he rims it off the front. And now we may have to wait till the postseason to see if we can get a money toss winner. Zap leading 6-3 here as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, or excuse me, the top of the sixth inning. I'm all confused now.
Yeah, and I apologize for stepping on your inning. I was trying to come out and apologize to Mr. Braden Cork, not Peyton Cork.
No, yeah. It's all right. I don't think Braden will take that too hard.
Go back and listen to it. We're rooting for you to get a hit, Braden.
Yeah, we want to see you rip one in there, Braden.
That is the biggest travesty, I think, in the history of baseball, is taking the bat out of the pitcher's hands in the National League.
You think that was a travesty?
I miss it.
Yeah, it sure made for some fun at bats.
They bring it back.
First pitch from Van de Wastein is ripped through the left side for a leadoff single, and that'll be not Gent Hannaford. That'll be Jackson Crane, rather. That 2 looking like a 7 as my vision starts to swelter in the sweltering heat here at Hyde Stadium. As this game just continues to move along, Zap, win or lose, are going to the playoffs. As Tyler Welsh will step in. He's been a busy beaver out in left field today. He's been flying all over the place out there. Made a couple really nice plays for the Sodbusters as he swings over the top of first pitch from Van de Wastein for strike 1. Cale Jensen, the third baseman for the Sodbusters, coming up to get a slushie, as he would be due up 9th in this inning. That one scoots away from Cadena and gets to the backstop, so Jackson Crane will make his way to second base.
I need you to catch another foul ball so you can get us all slushies up here again.
I'm trying. You know, the trajectory of some of these have looked close. It's been the most action without an actual foul ball through this window that we've had all year.
I thought that one was going to take a favorable hop up to the press box.
You know, we have had some that have bounced off the mezzanine below and come right up to us. 1-1 is the count. Crane stands at second. Welsh awaits. Van de Wastein delivers, and Welsh charges one into the left field corner. That's going to score a run for the Sodbusters. Welsh rounding first. He's going to make his way to second. And it's 6-4. Zap still lead, but the Sodbusters with an answer here in the top of the sixth. They've got a runner on second, nobody out. And some movement going in the Zap bullpen.
I think that's Anthony Budmeyer getting loose.
So we'll see how long Van de Wastein's leash is. Deep breath for Bryce. Doesn't matter what the scenario is or what the Zap are playing for. Van de Wastein's going to treat this like Game 7 of the World Series. He always does. Kid gives maximum effort at all times. His first pitch misses low to Jude Greaves. But there's a lot of folks out on the Missouri River today. Probably swimming, staying cool. Van de Wastein comes set, peeks, and delivers. And this one right back into the glove of Van de Wastein. He thought about firing to second to try to get Tyler Welsh in between bases, but Welsh was able to scamper back in time, so Van de Wastein flipped it to first. Hammonds catches it for the first out of the inning. That was quite the glove play there from Bryce Van de Wastein. Just kind of stuck his glove out there and said, look what I found.
And that's a good heads-up play there, keeping the runner at second, looking at him, kind of faking the throw, make sure he doesn't advance on that one. But outstanding play there by Van de Wastein.
So Van de Wastein gets the first out. He'll face Joey Hecker here. First pitch to Hecker is lifted high into right field. Daly calling everybody off, and that's an efficient out right there for Van de Wastein. It'll be the second, and we'll see if he can get out of this top of the sixth with just the one run. So here comes the man of the hour, Braden Cork. Cork got thrust into the pitching spot when Creighton Jacobitz, today's starter, kind of checked himself out of the game. Cork flied out to Andrew Phillips in his first at-bat. See what he's got here. First pitch is ripped into the right or left field corner. Jackson's over to it. Braden Cork with another nice swing, but it's
nice.
Another nice catch by the Oahe Zap. Wastein gives up the one run. Zap still leads 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the sixth here at Hyde Stadium.
Hey, it's your phone talking. Yeah, your phone. You know, that thing you're constantly picking up and poking around. Listen, when you're behind the wheel, would you please give me a break? You'll have plenty of time for your TikToks and, I don't know, texting your friends after you put it in park. Distracted driving, friend. No joke. One quick text or social media feed can cause a crash. And hey, I don't want any part of that. You got someplace to be. And trust me, I'll enjoy it at downtime. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and its station.
Dunes Golf is celebrating their 30th anniversary this summer. They look forward to seeing old friends and new acquaintances on the driving range and on the course throughout the summer. Play 9 or 18 holes. Pay by the round. Save with a punch card or become a member for unlimited play. Dunes Golf is a great location for group outings or a summer play day. Call 605-223-2525 or see golfdunes.com. Just 1 mile north of Fort Pierre on Highway 1806. Dunes Golf.
Thinking of travel, Pierre Regional Airport offers nonstop flights from Pierre to Denver. From there, you can fly anywhere. Book to your destination and check bags through on United, Delta, or American Airlines. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets to Denver, then connecting to your destination. Save travel time and money, avoid the crowds, and free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Bottom of the sixth inning here at Hyde Stadium. It's been the Zaps' day. They lead 6-4, trying to close out the regular season with a victory and head into the postseason on a high note. Been all smiles here at Hyde Stadium. And we just had a winner of the 50-50 raffle. If I had splurged for a couple more tickets, I would have been today's winner, as the winning ticket was sold seemingly right after I bought mine. I was just a couple numbers off. That should teach everybody a lesson. When you're doing something for a good cause, go the whole 9 yards. And as Caden Bazanski will be the first batter faced by Braden Cork. Cork misses outside for ball one. Thought Cork might have had that base hit on that swing there. He put a really good swing on that one. Alex Jackson tracked it down in left field as Bazanski takes ball two on the outside corner. It's been a theme all year. The scoreboard just does not like to work in the heat. as that one will be registered as ball 3. So 3 straight pitches on the outside corner. No green light there for Bazanski. He takes strike 1 on a fastball from Cork. Hoffman in the on-deck circle, then Jared Pugrad up for the Zap here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's a swing and a miss from Bazanski to work the count full. Zap scored 1 in the 2nd after answering a 3-run frame by the Sodbusters in the 2nd inning. They followed that up with a 5-run 3rd. As Bazanski will take ball 4 high and away. So the Zap get the leadoff hitter on base. And Tyler Hoffman will get his first at bat of the ball game. Hoffman checked into second base. They moved Caden Bazanski over to shortstop. So Tyler Hoffman will try to do a little bit of damage. Hoffman getting set up there in the right-handed batter's box. A lot of different ways folks are choosing to stay cool today. As that one misses high and away. We see some shirts rolled up. A lot of bellies on display today. A couple umbrellas in the crowd.
That's an absolute scorcher.
As Hoffman chops this one to shortstop, might be 2. It's bobbled. The only play will be to eat it. So Jackson Crane had a routine ground ball that looked like it might have been 2, but it took one of those funky hops, and he wasn't able to field it cleanly. He looked up, and then his only play was he thought to throw to first, but then he decided that I better just eat this ball, limit the damage. So the Zap have runners on first and second with nobody out, and Jared Pugrad coming to the plate.
Sweaty hands might have got to him there. This might be the only day the fans welcome the water balloon toss into the crowd.
Pugrad will take ball 1 off the plate for start off a 1-0 count. We see some squirt guns that were brought by fans. That's a pretty wise move. As Pugrad puts a good swing on this one and sends it deep to left. Welsh tracking. What a play from Tyler Welsh. He tracks it down and robs an extra base hit. Jared Pugrad can't believe it, and I can't believe it for him. He gives a tip of the cap to Tyler Welsh out and left. Man, Tyler covered a lot of ground there, and his excellent day in left field continues. And I don't know what Pugrad has to do.
He's cursed.
But just add that to the long, long list of outstanding plays made by Zap opponents on hits off the bat of Jared Pugrad.
I mean, they turn into a gold glover every time he puts a well-struck ball out there.
And now a well-struck ball by Jake Daly out into deep right field. That one a little bit easier for Max Israel. Tagging from second and heading to third is Caden Bazanski. So now he'll stand 90 feet away, and Connor Hammonds will be the last hope here at the bottom of the 6th inning for the Zap.
That's the thing. You got to rest your hat on the fact that you are swinging it really well. You're making good contact if you're Jared Pugrad and then Jake Daly there, and it's just baseball's a weird game sometimes because you can hit it as well as you can, but you can just hit it right into the glove of somebody.
Hopefully those good swings carry over into the postseason. First pitch to Hammonds is rifled towards second base. That looked routine, bobbles around, popcorns, and Jet Hannaford finally gets a handle on it and fires it to first for the 3rd and final out. So we head to the top of the 7th, Zap in front 6-4, trying to keep it right there. We'll be back after this break on River 92.7.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Doing a little spring cleaning at your house? I'm Val Keller, City of Pierre Solid Waste Manager, letting you know the City Supply Swap program can help. We'll recycle cleaning supplies, paint, and other household chemicals you don't want anymore. Plus, you're free to take any products other people dropped off for recycling. The swap program helps our customers and keeps things out of our landfill. Supplies we accept include stains and sealers, pesticides, pool chemicals, typical cleaning agents, as well as oil-based paint, latex paint, and spray paint. For additional information, call 605-773-7434. Again, that's 773-7434 for more information about recycling your household supplies and paint. Let the City of Pierre help you get your home and garage cleared out and cleaned up for the summer months.
This public service message is brought to you by the radio stations of the DRG Media Group in Pierre.
Anthony Budmeyer on the bump for the Oahe Zap. He's got a 2-run lead to protect here in the top of the 7th on the final day of the ILB regular season. Zap leads 6-4 as they try to wrap up this home campaign on a high note before turning their attention to the playoffs for the first time in Zap history. What a season it's been, Justin.
It's still kind of settling in. You know, as this game goes along, it's almost now, coming to fruition that the Zap made the postseason. They made the playoffs. It was always kind of a far cry and just kind of a thought out in the atmosphere of, oh, you know what, this team's playing well, and if all these things kind of fall into the right place because of how poor the start of the season was, maybe the Zap could get there. And then, it all just kind of came together at once, and it's starting to become very real. And I really hope that the City of Pierre, the Central South Dakota area, comes out in droves on Tuesday and Wednesday, shows their support, packs out the Hyde, because this team has done some great things for this city, not only on the diamond but off the field with their volunteer work, and it would be great for the city to repay that favor.
Top of the lineup for the Sodbusters, Budmeyer. This is somewhere for ball one.
Yeah, he was looking back like, are you sure that wasn't a strike?
That one looked pretty solid to Max Israel. That one, though, missing high for ball two. Budmeyer moving quickly in this one. And it has been a great season. Tale of two halves for the Oahe Zap. 2-0, check swing foul down the first base line. First half, the Zap found themselves in last place in the ILB, a spot they had gotten familiar with in their first 2 seasons as a program. But the second half, the Zap just looked like a completely different ball club. They charged to the playoffs. Israel catching up with that one, fouling it up out of play for strike 2. So count runs even at 2 apiece. But the Zap just mowing down their way to the playoffs. If you would have told me in that first month of the season we would have had a playoff segment, I would have been like, who are we covering this for? The 2-2 runs inside on the hands for ball 3.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. You look at that month of June and just really that start. 1-9 was the start, and things looked grim.
So that one's fouled just over the press box. It was not a pretty start. The Zap came in with 1-6, 1-something record coming into the homestand.
And it was tough losses, too. It was really gut-wrenching losses.
3-2, foul back our way. Both of us jumping out of our seats. That one going over the press box once again. See another 3-2 pitch here, but Zap got those 2 wins versus Fremont at home, and a lot of optimism, and then there's just some heartbreaking losses at home in that month of June. As that one misses off the plate for ball 4. So the full count turns sour for Budmeyer on his first batter. There were just some heartbreakers in there, and then during that Casper series, someone throws us up a foul ball.
You know who it was?
Bob
Habiger.
Shout out to them, the best owners in the league. As Anthony Budmeyer, leadoff walk, nobody away here in the top of the 7th. He fires that one in, fouled off the batter for strike 1. Anthony Budmeyer, a basketball player, back-turned pitcher. And he was a very good basketball player in those YMCA runs. But he has looked pretty comfortable getting back into an Oahe Zap uniform. He's getting back on the diamond for the first time in a while and just trying to have a good last outing before the playoffs. That one misses high for ball 1. Saw him get his first strikeout in a Zap uniform in his debut. Another big spot here. Not as big since you already clinched the playoffs, but still a game you want to win. You want to be able to celebrate on your field afterwards. That one just misses off the plate for ball 2.
Yeah, and this would be good for the Zap to kind of, even though they know they're in the playoffs, treat this win like this was the win that got you in. They didn't really get to celebrate last night. I think there was a belief that win last night.
2-1 swung on high for strike 2.
I think there was a belief last night that the win would do it for you, but of course you had to see what happened in Casper, between the Casper Spuds and the Spearfish Sasquatch. But you'd love to be able to win this one today and treat it like this was the victory that sent you to the postseason.
And the coaching staff was all focused on today. A win and you're in. That one missing just barely for ball 3. Budmeyer thought he got his first K of the afternoon. I can't blame him. I thought he did too. Jet Hannaford living to see another day. Another full count here for Anthony Budmeyer. See if he can get him here. That one swung foul towards the picnic tables over there by the bathrooms. One lucky kid probably just got done. Found himself a free slushie and a Zap trading card. Even the interns got in on the trading card fund. There was another order of trading cards for the second half players, and our lovely graphic design intern / social media intern Janie Green made us a couple of cards as that one misses outside for ball 4. So a bit of a jam here for Anthony Budmeyer. If nobody away, runners on first and second, and the heart of the order coming through, starting with Weston Johnston.
Yeah, and a dangerous spot to be if you're Budmeyer, good hitter, and Johnston coming to the plate. More good scenario-style baseball for the Zap here to put themselves in a tight position out in front. Get yourself prepared for a good Spearfish team. Hastings, another good team, too. This is great repetition before the postseason. I think it's pretty easy to kind of get lackadaisical before the game.
That one missing high for ball 1.
But in the game, once things start get rolling and you get into that momentum and that groove of the ballgame, all that kind of dies down.
1-0 turns 2-0.
As you start to try to act like, and you kind of just forget that this game really doesn't have any implications. You just get into this baseball game and you start playing, and it feels like a postseason game.
That one missing off the plate for ball 3. Budmeyer has had a couple of close ones on the edge of the strike zone that he hasn't got, but that one pretty far miss for him. So Zap trying to put their best foot forward towards the playoffs. It'll be a fun series between them and the only other South Dakota team as Budmeyer misses for a 4-pitch walk. We dubbed that 7-game series in June the South Dakota World Series, but we didn't know that would actually happen.
Little did we know what this season would turn into.
Sodak Showdown, the South Dakota World Series, and no matter what happens, the ILB championship will be staying in South Dakota. Either Spearfish or Pier will be putting up some hardware.
And I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I thought about, what if the Zap win 2 games here at home and then just have to win 1 in Spearfish? Go out, win the championship. Do we have a championship parade when the guys get back? Do we shut down Capitol Avenue and get a bunch of Zapaholics out there lining the streets with some confetti busters and some flags? And what does that look like? But there's certainly got to be something for this team that has done something that they've never done before, get to the playoffs. I mean, it's incredible. You start off 1-9. And for this team to not roll over, to not hang their head, but to battle back, win 25 games, and to put themselves even in a position to get to the playoffs was really respectable. But to actually do it, that's a whole nother thing.
With a pretty difficult schedule, too, this year. We always said in the second half that it was an easier schedule. Well, that was only because the Zap actually got to play home games regularly in the second half. They only played 9 games against travel ball teams. That one misses inside for ball 1. That is a far cry from some of the other teams in the league getting to face travel ball teams upwards of 20 times. The Moo had a whole bunch of them this year, but Zap only having 9, but they battled through it. They took care of business and they made the playoffs. Bud Meyer behind in the count 2-0, trying not to walk in a run here.
They certainly earned it.
They certainly did. Went through a grueling schedule. That one chopped foul for strike one. As Bud Meyer trying to get out of this jam, he'd love a ground ball to get a double play here. Trying to limit this damage, keep that Zap lead. Zap bats have gone cold since that third inning where they scored 5 of their runs as that one is lined sharply out into right field. That one going to get over the head of Alex Jackson. And that one might clear the bases, left field. That one will only score 2, a good relay back in, but a big double there ties it up in this one.
Yeah, that's the last thing, and a Noah Cadena pat on the back of Bud Meyer. Walks will kill you in this league because how good the offenses are. And those walks coming home to roost for Bud Meyer. Still nobody out, runners on second and third. And we always talk about limiting the big innings, maintaining an opportunity for your offense to get themselves back in the ball game. That's what you've got to do here if you're Bud Meyer. You have to limit this. May not be able to keep it at 2, but you got to keep it from getting to 5 or 6.
He misses high near the batter's head for ball 1. Josh Porter getting loose in the bullpen. As runners on second and third, nobody away, already 2 across for the Sodbusters. That one swung on a miss for strike 1. So Bud Meyer in a tough spot here. Tie ball game, still runners in scoring position. 1-1 now. Misses inside for ball 2.
Man, that looked good.
He's had a few of them that have just narrowly missed somewhere, according to home plate umpire Scott Penny. 2-1 now, swung, lined, curling foul down that left field line.
And we do have updates for the folks on the postseason schedule. Tickets for game 1 and 2 on the 29th and the 30th, which is Tuesday and Wednesday, are available on sale now on the website. You can now get your tickets on OaheZap.com. All tickets are $10, no assigned seating.
That one's fired in for strike 3. So Bud Meyer getting a big out there.
So there's no assigned seating. Just get your tickets. Get to the ballpark early. It will be a 7:05 first pitch on Tuesday and Wednesday. Not a 6:05, a 7:05. Primetime baseball. Going to be nice and cool at first pitch. Gates will open an hour before first pitch. 2025 season ticket holders will need to purchase playoff tickets, but there will be 2026 season tickets available.
That one gets past the catcher, and that'll score a run. So a wild pitch there from Bud Meyer. Score the 7th run of the ball game for the Sodbusters, and they're back out in front.
But the 2026 season tickets will be available at the box office on Tuesday and Wednesdays, which will include tickets for both playoff games as well. So again, that 2025 season ticket holders will need to purchase playoff tickets, but there will be 2026 season tickets available for sale at the box office on Tuesday and Wednesday, which include tickets for both playoff games as well.
1-0 turns 2-0 for Bud Meyer, so Sodbusters back out in front in their final game of the season, trying to spoil the party for the Oahe Zap. Bud Meyer gets back in the count with a strike. So we're going to get some prime-time baseball,
7:05
Justin.
first pitches. Love that.
That'll bode well for the weather as well. We'll even cool off more from that 80 degrees as that one is skied into the infield. Pugrad calling everybody off, settling under it, making the play for the second out.
And good for Bud Meyer to really settle in nicely. He's allowed these 3 runs, but what he hasn't done behind these 3 runs is allow hits to get extra runners on base.
Yep.
You know, he has kind of done it to himself with the walks, that big RBI double, and then that wild pitch, but it could be worse. There could be more runners on base. There could just be 1, maybe no outs.
Bud Meyer trying to get out of this jam with just the 1-run deficit as that one's shot up the middle, and an announcer's jinx and a bad spot.
Sorry, Bud
Meyer. The
Meyer.
deficit will turn to 2 as the Sodbusters take an 8-6 lead.
That one's on me.
I'll take some blame for it too. I mentioned the deficit being 1, and that one shot back right up the middle, right past Bud Meyer, and the infield was playing where they were supposed to be. That one was going to be a hard one regardless. That one misses for ball 1. We're going to get some primetime baseball in my dad might actually get to watch some playoff baseball. His flight's supposed to get in at 7:55, and a 7:05 start bodes well for him actually getting to see some of the game. That one misses somewhere for ball 2. Budmeyer can't believe it. Neither can I. That one looked like it was right down the middle. Anthony Budmeyer, he's
been getting robbed on some strike calls.
Yeah, he's had some bad misses, but some of these are really close, and that another one really close misses for ball 3.
He kind of looks at Richard Gilmore like, are you going to step in? You going to say anything?
Anthony Budmeyer has not had a friend behind the plate. That one certainly misses inside for ball 4. So another walk. Anthony Budmeyer, man, he has not had, I don't think he's had much help out there for some of these calls, but got to stay focused. Sometimes it's not going to go your way. You don't have a robot up behind the plate with a perfect strike zone. That's baseball for you. There's a human element in it. Without it, I don't think it'd be too much fun. Can't tap the helmet and be like, I want that one challenged.
You could try. Wouldn't do much, but...
Yeah. I mean, I can look at the YouTube stream, but we don't
That's
have...
about all we can do for you.
We don't have... we can give you an honorary strike. As now runners on first and second. 2 away, a 2-run lead for the Sodbusters. That one's fanned over for strike 1. As Braden Court climbs back in. Today's beer batter, he's done a good job fighting those off. The pitcher, the 9 spot, as he fans over that one for strike 2. Jacobitz walked in his first at-bat, and then 2 flyouts from Cork. The pitcher's fighting off the beer batter well. The 0-2 swung over and missed for strike 3. Budmeyer gives up 4 runs, but this Bud's for you, Pierre. Beer batter goes down. Go get yourself a cold one, any fans here in attendance, because you need it. It's a hot one here at Hyde Stadium. Zap trail now 8-6, heading to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch.
The summer is here, and you know what that means. The Oahe Zap are back, and we at DRG Media Group are bringing you coverage of every Zap home game all summer long. You can hear all the home Zap games on River 92.7, or you can watch them live on drgnews.com at the River 92.7 station page. The Zap are offering you fans something new every single night, so get out to Hyde Stadium for some Zap baseball this summer. Purchase your tickets on oahezap.com or buy them at the box office. If you can't make it to the game, we've got you covered on River 92.7 Oahe Zap Baseball, brought to you by DRG Media Group.
7th inning stretch here at Hyde Stadium. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. As the Zap try to get back in front here. They led for a big portion of this game, but a 4-run 7th inning from the Sodbusters has them out in front 8-6. Just joining us, I'm Dylan Beach. Joined alongside me, as always, my partner in crime, Justin Cowart, and our producer, director extraordinaire, Eli Lewis, up here in the box for our last regular season game of the year. We still got 2 big playoff games, and I sure am excited for those, Justin.
Yeah, and especially knowing we got 7:05 starts.
Prime time.
Tickets are on sale now at oahezap.com. $10 for every ticket, no assigned seating. Just get your ticket, get here early. Gates open an hour before first pitch. Get your tickets, go find the best seat in the house, and settle in for 2 huge games, 2 of the biggest games that Hyde Stadium has ever held, as the Zap have made it to the postseason for the first time in their organization's history.
There's been a lot of baseball games here at Hyde Stadium. It's historic for a reason. But it'll be the first time they've seen some Zap baseball in the postseason, and it's going to be a fun one, Justin. Looking forward to it. We'll be live at, it'll be 6:55 for a 7:05 start.
6:55 on air, baby. And you can get all of that information on drgnews.com. I'll have that for you first thing tomorrow morning before I head out to play 108 holes of golf at Dunes Golf Course.
You're going to need to do like a pregame and a postgame. Like, I need you to like, hey, this is Justin Cowart before I golf 108 holes.
Don't you worry. We're going to have that whole thing taken care of. We're going to get it filmed. We're going to get it produced. All by me.
I'm looking forward to it.
The guy who usually does our production said, nope, not doing it.
5, 6, 7 for the Oahe Zap. Quinn Ludvigson leading off and watching a ball. Ludvigson, Cadena, and Jackson due up. That one misses low for ball 2.
Devin Skelton was having a animated conversation
2-0 turns 2-1 to Ludvigson.
with home plate umpire Scott Penny after the strike zone that Bud Meyer was awarded in his inning of relief.
That one a bit high. Ball 3 to Ludvigson. 3 balls, 1 strike. Zap needs some base runners. They find themselves trailing by 2 here on the final day of the ILB season. And they'll get one there and a leadoff walk from Quinn Ludvigson.
Good at bat by Q, staying patient there. Braden Cork really doing some good work out there on the mound for the Sodbusters. Had to come in and in a spot he wasn't exactly expecting to come in, I should say, or really a time he wasn't expecting to come in. He just kind of was sitting on the bench, and then Jacobitz checked himself out, and he was called off the bench.
Credit to Cork, he's gone scoreless the whole time he's been in.
And he's pitched marvelous.
Saw him last night come in a losing effort as Cadena skies that one out to right center field. Calling everybody off and making the play is Max Israel. Good swing once again for Noah Cadena. He has been putting some nice ones on here today. That's a great sign from the Zap catcher. He started today's ball game out in left field as we'll get a substitute third base coach. It's Aiden Johnson maybe putting his coaching tryout on.
Hopefully he does a better job than Jamie Habiger did yesterday with Ty Farwell.
That one in there for strike 1.
I only say
Alex
that because
Jackson.
Jamie was throwing at my play-by-play partner in the batting practice today.
I deserved it. I don't think I was going to hit if he put it over the middle of the plate on a tee. As Jackson lines that one out to left field, Tyler Welsh
having a day.
He has been busy out there. It's got to be a put-out record for him. He has made what feels like a majority of the outs here today for the Sodbusters. The Zap have been swinging it well here today, but the only issue is that Tyler Welsh has been a step away, what seems like, for all 7 innings.
Aiden Johnson not really sure what signs to throw out over there as third base coach. He just kind of, Andrew Phillips looked at him and he just kind of threw his shoulders like, I don't know, swing.
Yo-oh to Phillips, and swing he did, so he got the sign. See what Aiden Johnson gives him here. Maybe he'll just like make a bat symbol at him or do a running. He's doing some signs, but I don't know what those mean. Just kind of tapping his chest, throwing his hands everywhere.
He did one where he put his hand over the other hand as to say, hit it over the fence.
0-1 misses low for ball 1. Aiden Johnson loved that leave.
First time I've ever seen a coach. Yep, there he goes again. He put his one hand out and then put his other hand looping over top of it. So that's the first time I've ever seen a third base coach sign to hit a home run to his hitter. We'll see if
it's the first time we've seen it like that. Maybe in the
Phillips,
secret signals, that's what they're saying.
We'll see if Phillips listens to his third base coach.
He's ahead in the count 2-1 after that offering. So Quinn Ludvigson on first, 2 away. Zap trail 8-6. Andrew Phillips at the plate trying to tie things up, see if he can follow his third base coach's advice and put one over the fence. That one swung on a miss for strike 2.
I don't think it's advice. I think it's an order.
He better. I mean, like.
And if he doesn't, you miss the sign.
Yeah. He's got a lot of room out there in left field if he could put one opposite. They got the pull shift put on in well effect here to Andrew Phillips. The 2-2 swung back opposite but foul. And to Capital Ave skips out of the ballpark. Some one kid is going to have to run out of the ballpark, work extra hard for that slushy. The 2-2 count here to Andrew Phillips, 2 away. Zap trying to win their final regular season game at Hyde Stadium as Phillips fans over that one for strike 3. Zap trailing 8-6, heading to the 8th inning here on River 92.7. We'll be right back after this short message.
Hey, it's your phone talking. Yeah, your phone. You know, that thing you're constantly picking up and poking around? Listen, when you're behind the wheel, would you please give me a break? You'll have plenty of time for your TikToks and, I don't know, texting your friends after you put it in park. Distracted driving, friend. No joke. One quick text or social media feed can cause a crash. And hey, I don't want any part of that. You got someplace to be. And trust me, I'll enjoy the downtime. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and its station.
Dunes Golf is celebrating their 30th anniversary this summer. They look forward to seeing old friends and new acquaintances on the driving range and on the course throughout the summer. Play 9 or 18 holes, pay by the round, save with a punch card, or become a member for unlimited play. Dunes Golf is a great location for group outings or a summer play day. Call 605-223-2525 or see golfdunes.com. Just 1 mile north of Fort Pierre on Highway 1806. Dunes Golf.
Thinking of travel, Pierre Regional Airport offers nonstop flights from Pierre to Denver. From there, you can fly anywhere. Book to your destination and check bags through on United, Delta, or American Airlines. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets to Denver, then connecting to your destination. Save travel time and money, avoid the crowds, and free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
We head to the top of the 8th inning. Sodbusters leading 8-6 after the 4-run 7th. And Josh Porter will take the mound for the Zap. Welcome me back into the broadcast booth on a hot, hot day here in Central South Dakota. As the Zap just trying to make it out healthy, get into their off day tomorrow. If you're just joining us, the postseason tickets are now available at OaheZap.com. First pitch on Tuesday night will be 7:05, and you can get to the game at 6:05. That's when gates will open. All tickets $10. No assigned seating. Get the best seat in the house if you get here early.
I want to see a fan camp out. I want to see a fan camp out for the front row.
We will get you whatever you need if you decide to camp out. As Porter will start the top of the 8th inning off with a first pitch strike in there to Max Israel. They brought me an extra large slushie. I didn't catch a foul ball, but I do appreciate the slushie. Porter gets a swing and a foul tip to quickly make it 0-2. And it was interesting there for a moment. The Zap weren't taking the field. Jamie Habiger was having a conversation with the entire Sodbusters dugout. I think he might have been affording them the opportunity to leave town a little bit early with the win, as that one runs way up and in for Israel for ball 1. Ooh. Got that birthday cake that Alex Sheets brought. Looks just outstanding. As Porter gets a softly hit fly ball that'll just creep over the top of the head of Caden Bazanski at short for a base hit.
It's going to be like that episode of I Think You Should Leave. You're going to ask Eli for a bite. Give me that.
That looks good. Looks great. So Josh Porter gives up a leadoff single to Max Israel. I believe it was Emma Sheets' birthday yesterday, so that's where some of that birthday cake is coming from.
It was her birthday party at the park. I think she turns 5 maybe tomorrow, I think, was the official one, but getting to celebrate a little early at the ballpark.
As she should. So that'll bring up Jet Hannaford for the Sodbusters. He'll take a first pitch ball off the plate.
And some of the players were giving her a hard time last night. They were like, why didn't you invite me to your birthday party? And she was like getting frustrated with me. She's like, they were all here, and she's been inviting them to her birthday party since I think they got to Pierre.
This one grounded softly up the middle, might be 2. On to first for the second out is Bazanski, but the quick legs of Jet Hannaford will leg it out. So it will be one out. Bazansky was able to tap his toe on second base. They get the lead runner. That'll bring up Weston Johnston with one out and one on. Yeah, it looks like we might not be playing any baseball in the 8th and 9th innings. I think Jamie Habiger was saying, look, you guys take the win if you want it. You guys can get back home early. No, Hastings is a bit of a drive on a Sunday evening. Get your guys home. I think the Sodbusters wanted to keep playing. Porter's first pitch is swung on a miss by Weston Johnston. Good off speed there from Porter. Another guy that'll be big in the postseason series for the Zap. See if Porter can draw a ground ball from Johnston. That one will miss inside. 8 runs on 9 hits for the Sodbusters, 6 runs on 6 hits for the Zap. Porter comes set for the 1-1. Check swing, did he go? They will check with Richard Gilmore. He says he did for strike 2. Another good off-speed pitch, drew the offering from Johnston. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Porter peeks over at first, now delivers. That one in there for strike 3, says Scott Penny. And Weston Johnston forgot how many strikes there were. He stepped back into the right-handed batter's box, but now he makes his way back to the dugout. So that'll be the second out of the inning for Josh Porter. And they'll face Cale Jensen.
Anthony Budmeier's probably in the dugout like, man, where was this when I was on the mound?
I think you might be right. So Porter gets 2 outs quickly here. Try to retire Cale Jensen. Starts him off with a fastball that misses low and away for ball 1. Porter working quickly as this one is rifled to second base, but right to Tyler Hoffman, who fires to first to retire the side. So a good inning from Josh Porter. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Zap trying to answer, trailing 8-6 here at Hyde Stadium.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Doing a little spring cleaning at your house? I'm Val Keller, City of Pierre's Solid Waste Manager, letting you know the City Supply Swap program can help. We'll recycle cleaning supplies, paint, and other household chemicals you don't want anymore. Plus, you're free to take any products other people dropped off for recycling. The swap program helps our customers and keeps things out of our landfill. Supplies we accept include stains and sealers, pesticides, pool chemicals, typical cleaning agents, as well as oil-based paint, latex paint, and spray paint. For additional information, call 605-773-7434. Again, that's 773-7434 for more information about recycling your household supplies and paint. Let the City of Pierre help you get your home and garage cleared out and cleaned up for the summer months.
This public service message is brought to you by the radio stations of the DRG Media Group in Pierre.
New pitcher on the bump for the Sodbusters. It'll be Tyler Welsh, who has had quite the day out in left field. He's been tracking out just about everything. But Zap may be able to take advantage of having a position player out on the mound. I think everybody is ready to just kind of get this game in the books. And Zap look ahead to the postseason. Hastings looking to get back home, sleep in their own beds. But we're thrilled you're joining us here on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon. The breeze has picked up a little bit here at Hyde Stadium, cooling things down, but not by much. It is hot, 97 degrees. Definitely feeling hotter than that for those guys out on the diamond. Caden Bazansky will lead things off. The first pitch from Welsh bounces in front of the plate for ball 1.
This is Tyler Welsh's third time pitching this year. His first time was on June 13th, and then almost a month later on July 11th, and now here today on July 27th. So big break for him in between. We talked to a lot of guys about what their rehab schedule when they pitch. He's had about a month to figure it out.
Yeah, he missed outside for ball 2. This one runs inside for ball 3. He's got the rosin bag out there, but in between pitches, he reached down to the dirt and just used the dirt to kind of dry his hands off. Here's the 3-0 to Caden Bazanski. That's in there for a strike.
He hasn't shown a lot of the velo yet. I'm waiting for him to throw a fastball here.
See what he comes with on the 3-1. That one's low, and Bazanski draws the leadoff walk. So that'll bring up Tyler Hoffman. One swing could tie this thing up for the Zap. Hoffman made a really nice play over at second base to end that top of the 8th inning.
He's got the sign from Aiden Johnson. We'll figure out what he just told him to do based on this at-bat.
Welsh waiting patiently. Hoffman climbs in. Welsh's first pitch is up and in for ball 1.
I don't blame any Sodbusters players. I'm pretty sure as soon as Cork exited the game, he threw on his basketball shorts.
Yeah, get comfortable over there.
Not a lot of pants in that dugout.
As Hoffman grounds this one to second base, they'll toss it to second for 1, on to first, but it's thrown away by Jackson Crane. Pecker couldn't get to it. Hoffman will stay put at first, but Hannaford tossed to Crane for the first out at second, so they get the lead runner. It'll be the first out of the inning and brings up Jared Pugrad.
And that was smart on Hoffman not to run there. It took a fortuitous bounce back to the Sodbusters off of that netting or the brick of the Zap dugout over there and just bounced right back toward the field of play.
So Welsh will come set with 1 out and 1 on. Pugrad will take a first pitch ball high up in the zone. Pugrad hit one really hard in his last at bat into left field. There goes Hoffman taking off for second. Throw down is going to be in time. What a throw from Weston Johnston to gun down Tyler Hoffman. And a great tag dropped down there by what looks to be Josh Printer out at shortstop.
I was expecting him to play when he put himself in a jersey on the lineup card, but I didn't know when we'd see him.
And that one swung on a miss by Jared Pugrad. Josh Printer is the head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Maybe that's what they were talking about in that meeting.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But he has now assumed the shortstop position. That one misses outside to Pugrad. Count at 3-1. So Printer living the dream, playing some baseball. Here's the pitch to Pugrad in the dirt for ball 4. So with 2 outs, Jake Daly will come up with a runner on first. As the bat boy today cleans up all that extra gear discarded by Jared Pugrad.
He's got his hands full now.
And that bat's about as tall as he is. So we'll see if Daly can deliver a little 2-out magic here. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Good off speed there from Tyler Welsh. And this one's ripped to Printer. He bobbles it, can't get a hold of it, and everybody will be safe.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a hard time about that one.
Yeah,
when he
I
gets
think
back to
he
the
will.
dugout.
I think Tyler Welsh might give him he might get a hard time before he even gets there. You know, he looked a little shaky when he fielded that. But then when he went to go grab it out of his glove, it looked like it had helium in it as it just started to lift up. It kind of bobbled around his hands and then got to his shoulder and then popped off his ball cap. So that'll bring up Connor Hammonds with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Who knows? Maybe Hammonds could leave the yard and then the top of the 9th is for the win for the Zap. That one misses down and away for ball 2. I'd also be curious if Jamie Habiger even lets his guys bat in the bottom of the 9th. I'm sure he would, but 2-0 to Hammonds. He fans on an off-speed pitch.
That'd be a big spot for Connor Hammonds to knock into this lead. Try to send your fans home on a happy note.
Swing and a miss by Hammonds for strike 2.
Justin Cowart was trying to enjoy that slushy. I don't think he was anticipating how loud that straw was going to be.
Listen, it's hot. It's hot and my slushy is melting, so I don't have much time to drink it. And it's my inning. Normally the 8th belongs to you. As Hammond skies this one into shallow right. Tough play to make. A diving grab. What a play from Jet Hannaford as he goes Superman in shallow right to rob a sure base hit from Connor Hammonds and some run scoring for the Zap. We head to the top of the 9th. Sodbusters lead 8-6. What a play to end the inning for the Sodbusters.
The summer is here, and you know what that means. The Oahe Zap are back, and we at DRG Media Group are bringing you coverage of every Zap home game all summer long. You can hear all the home Zap games on River 92.7, or you can watch them live on drgnews.com at the River 92.7 station page. The Zap are offering you fans something new every single night. So get out to Hyde Stadium for some Zap baseball this summer. Purchase your tickets on oahezap.com or buy them at the box office. If you can't make it to the game, we've got you covered on River 92.7 Oahe Zap Baseball, brought to you by DRG Media Group.
Kids running the bases here, headed to the 9th inning. An extra special one. They turned on the sprinklers for the kids, giving them a chance to cool off a little bit. Shocks and Zap players didn't hop out there and try to cool off themselves, Justin, as
I think Tyler Hoffman did. I think he ran right through the face of a sprinkler.
He got bombarded a little bit on his way to second base, as some of those sprinklers are still popped up. Hoffman going to go stomp that one back into the ground.
You don't need to add another possibility for a hide hop off of the
If we had a hide hop off the sprinkler, that would be a bingo card item right there. Hide hops have been pretty crazy this year. I mean, we've seen them hop foul. We've seen them hop over the head of a first baseman. Seen them hop back into the gloves when they didn't think they were going to field it. I mean, it is just it's a tricky field to play on, Justin. It is definitely, I feel like, a hitter's friendly ballpark with some of the hops this infield gets.
Yeah, they do get some interesting hops, but you got to tip your cap too, because you go around to some of these other ballparks in the ILB and maybe not as well maintained as Hyde Stadium is, just because they don't have the manpower that the Zap do. You got Post 8 that also plays here, so they take good care of the field as well. But it's, short of an MLB ballpark, you're going to get funny hops at just about every ballpark.
And it has been just a fun season here at Hyde Stadium as Esteban Baca relays a new glove out to Noah Cadena.
And now we get to see our first Printer at bat.
This is what matters. He already made that one error. His team's really going to let him hear it if he doesn't get a hit here. Printer back at the plate. Head coach for the Sodbusters. Leading off in this inning, swings over that one for strike 1.
I think if you're Josh Porter, you just give him a heavy dose of fastballs and see if he can catch up to one.
So Porter ahead in the count, 0-1. Josh Printer. He watches that one in for ball 1 somehow. that one looked pretty good once again.
Good as a pitch can get.
And we are a little bit off, but with the view we have, we can still see it pretty good for a righty at the plate, as that one's fired in for strike 2. Printer may be lucky he didn't just go down looking after that last one. So Printer slots himself in for Jackson Crane, so he's the 5-spot hitter. 1-2 now misses for ball 2. Count even for Josh Printer. I think that dugout would be just, electric if he gets a hit here, but I think they'd also be equally as electric if he strikes out. The 2-2 skied towards center field. That one might get down. Jake Daly unable to get there in time. Big hit there for Josh Printer, reminding you that coaches still have it. His dugout was loving it.
Maybe we'll see Skelton or Wiggins in the bottom half of the 9th. As Printer looks over, has a little fun with the Zap coaching staff.
He's like, it's your guys' turn now. One of y'all come out here. Now, Tyler Welsh coming to the plate. Sure, he's going to try to do anything he can, maybe hit some foul balls, tire out his coach after that error he made in the last frame for him. So there is action in that Sodbuster bullpen. It was a good inning for Tyler Welsh. We'll see if he comes back out as he softly hits that one foul down the right field line. So he's behind the count 0-1. 8 runs on 10 hits for the Sodbusters, 6 runs on 6 hits for the Zap. 5 errors for the Sodbusters according to the scoreboard. 4 errors in Game Changer, so still a handful, but still winning here today. That one missing high. Cadena able to keep it in the glove. It's keeping Printer over there at first. He's got a new third base coach out there, I believe one of his players. He's probably going to put on the steal sign. See if he makes him go. The 1-1 swung on and missed by Welsh. Josh Porter trying to get a K here.
Yeah, that was my next question. Will Josh Printer be off to the races?
See if he gets a chance to dirty up the jersey. These signs look like steals, and now he's pointing at Josh Printer and then pointing at second base. That one seems pretty ominous. As Josh Porter missed somewhere.
Tyler Welsh was walking back to the dugout.
As Josh Porter now even in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lucky maybe not to have 2 strikeouts to start this inning as Welsh sends that one up the middle. Hoffman fields cleanly, gets to the double play. So it was a 4-6-3. Hoffman scooped, fielded, fired over to Bazanski, or tossed I should say, and then Bazanski fired over to Hammonds in time to get Welsh.
Good piece of hitting though from Tyler Welsh. That's what you need to do with the runner on first, is try to send it to the opposite side of the field. Exactly like he did. Just got a little bit unlucky as Hoffman was shading him that way. So, but man, you got to tip your cap to Tyler Welsh in the day he's had today. Made some unbelievable plays out in left field, and then he pitched well out on the mound and has hit pretty well today too.
As we're back here in play, Scott Penny stepped away for a minute. He's back in his spot. That was one of the funnier things in that Fremont series. Once we got to extra innings, I think one of the umps forgot that you get a ghost runner out on second, so he was standing on the first base line, and everyone was like, hey, you're not in the right spot yet, as Ty Farwell ran in, as that one runs in and catches Graves on the arm. So he'll take his base the painful way. So Josh Porter loses one there of 2 away. As it'll be Joey Hecker coming to the plate, getting a nice walk-up song, Dancing Queen. Some of these walk-up songs that we give to the other teams are still good. I mean, we got some B.O.B. in the walk-up songs. I don't know how Nothing on You ever made it into the embarrassing walk-up song playlist, because that's a great song. As Hecker watches strike 1. So runner on first, 2 away, a 2-run lead for the Sodbusters. Trying to win their final game of the season. Been a good year for them, despite missing the playoffs narrowly, as that one's outside for ball 1. It's a very commendable effort for them.
Sounded like you said strike. Yeah, no, Hastings has had a great season. Been a really fun team to watch. Not an opponent that you get excited to see come to town.
No, you do not. Especially after the first time we saw them come to town and they put on that bunt masterclass.
Oh my gosh. When Hastings was here that first time, I thought to myself, this is the team that's going to win the championship. They played so fundamentally sound.
Yeah, it was a team that you couldn't believe was led by a guy who has graduated college in the last couple of years. As that one gets him looking. Josh Porter gets a K swinging there. We'll see if the Zap can respond back here in the bottom of the 9th. In the last frame of the ILB regular season, Zap trail 8-6 here on Urban 92.7.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Doing a little spring cleaning at your house? I'm Val Keller, City of Pierce Solid Waste Manager, letting you know the City Supply Swap program can help. We'll recycle cleaning supplies, paint, and other household chemicals you don't want anymore. Plus, you're free to take any products other people dropped off for recycling. The swap program helps our customers and keeps things out of our landfill. Supplies we accept include stains and sealers, pesticides, pool chemicals, typical cleaning agents, as well as oil-based paint, latex paint, and spray paint. For additional information, call 605-773-7434. Again, that's 773-7434 for more information about recycling your household supplies and paint. Let the City of Pierre help you get your home and garage cleared out and cleaned up for the summer months.
This public service message is brought to you by the radio stations of the DRG Media Group in Pierre.
Zap got 3 outs to work with to try to win the final game of the regular season. They've got at least 3 more to play in the playoffs, as they hope to bring home their first championship back to Pierre as they head to the playoffs for the first time in Zap history. Got a new pitcher on the mound. It's Weston Johnston. So back-to-back innings with position players on the bump for the Sodbusters. And I can't say I'm not a little shocked that Josh Printer didn't put himself in at pitcher.
Yeah, I am a little bit shocked at that as well.
Do a little bit of Trey Martin, sub yourself in for the 9th, close it down. I think that was probably my favorite non-Zap game that I watched in the ILB this year. I've watched some fun ones. There's some good battles between Spearfish and Casper, that one extra innings game that ended around midnight Central Time. But that game where the Bison won their first game of the year, and Trey Martin, the Bison head coach, subbing himself in an 8-4 game in the 9th and saying, hey, don't worry, fellas, we're leaving here with a win. Giving up a couple, but going home for the only thing that mattered, a win that night. And that was a fun one, and I think, unfortunately, that was against the Hastings Sodbusters. So if there's any fans in the chat, I'm sorry if I'm bringing up a rough memory, but that was a fun one to watch after getting to meet and talk to Trey Martin a little bit during that Bison series. A former Zap player, now getting his coaching start with the Bison. As I think there's whole heaps of future coaches between those two organizations. As that one misses for ball 1 to Quinn Ludvigson.
And what a great place to start coaching as well.
1-0 turns 2-0.
As you get these important games, you get good players that come in, you get a lot of games, a lot of reps.
2-0 now to Ludvigson, turns 3-0. Be a nice sign for the Zap to get a leadoff runner on. Trying to walk it off here on this Sunday scorcher. The 3-0 now to Ludvigson. In there for strike 1. So the Zap find themselves trailing by 2 here late. 3 outs to work with. A 3-1 count to Quinn Ludvigson. Offering now from Johnston. Sets, steals, and misses for ball 4. So Quinn Ludvigson will reach. Noah Cadena trying to bat him around here. Saw Cadena hit a triple to the deepest part of the ballpark out there. Any other day with some wind, it might have got out for his first Zap home run, his 2nd of the year. He hit one for the Bison, but all the fans have been letting him know that he still owes them one. And
maybe it'll come in the postseason.
I think he'd love that. As he steps to the plate, watch it strike 1 low. No, Cadena, guy that you just love to see getting hot right now. It's been very crucial to this catcher room. That was 4 deep at the start of the year as he skies that one a mile high to shallow center field. Josh Printer called off by his center fielder, Jude Greaves, and he makes the play for the first out. I don't even think that's Jude Greaves anymore. That might be yesterday's. Oh, wait, no, that is now Max Israel. I thought that was yesterday's starting pitcher, Ethan Marshall, out in center field. I thought that was number 15 at first, but it's Max Israel sliding over to center field now. I wouldn't have put it past him to put a pitcher out in center field. That would have been something to see. As Alex Jackson now to the plate. He watches strike 1 in. Quinn Ludwigson on first, one away for the Zap. Trailing by 2 here on the final day of the regular season. That one swung fouled off towards right field. So Jackson quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Zap trying to send their fans home on a positive note. I'm sure there'll be celebrations to be had regardless. Made the playoffs yesterday. As Jackson trying to fight off the strikeout here. The 0-2 offering from Johnston. Fouled softly off the bat towards the Zap dugout. So Jackson doing just that, staying alive.
I saw Alex and Brooks Cartwright bringing a fresh new batch of water in the Gatorade cooler down to the dugout. They were lugging it down the stairs. I was thinking, with 1 out in the 9th, why are they replenishing that?
That one's slipping out of the hand of Johnston. We've had some pretty crazy misses, but that one might have been 10 feet in the air before it started breaking back down.
His version of the ephus pitch. But I think that somebody's going to get a Gatorade cooler bath after today's game.
The 1-2 fouled into the fencing. I wonder who it could be. I'm just scheming. I think it might be a guy whose name starts with a J and his last name starts with an H. As it would be a fitting end to a very hot day and a playoff clinching scenario.
John Hamm is here?
St. Louis Cardinals fan John Hamm is not here, as Alex Jackson sends that one out to the left center field gap, right into the glove. Another good play by the new left fielder. I'm going to need him to turn around so I can get the number. As it's not Tyler Welsh out there anymore, but and he is not going to turn back around. I'm not going to be able to tell you who that is. I'm sorry for any Hastings Sodbuster loyalist out there.
Yeah, but I think, you hear about all the Zap players that are going to be returning next year. I think the Hastings Sodbusters will have the same benefit with the season that they've had.
Yep.
This is going to be another tough team to deal with in 2026.
They have a lot of young guys on this roster, so they're only going to get better with time. That one misses for ball 1 to Andrew Phillips. So the Zap trailing by 2 down to their last out here. Quinn Ludwigson on first. Jamie Habiger back out there on the third baseline, taking his spot back from Aiden Johnson. That pitch gets away from the catcher, and Quinn Ludwigson will trot into second.
Yeah, Aiden Johnson didn't do a very good job over there at third base as the coach.
He gave all those home run signs, and none of them ever happened.
Yeah, none of them came through.
Feels like it's
we
been a
might
while
have
since
found. We finally found something that Aiden Johnson isn't good at.
He's great at grounds crew. He's played great third base and second base. He's
Great
pitched
pitcher,
well.
hit the ball well.
1-0 turns 2-0 to Phillips. Zap trying to walk it off here tonight with a big swing from Andrew Phillips. They could tie it here. As Caden Bazanski's on deck. Phillips ahead in the count, 3-0. Johnson sets, deals, and misses outside for ball 4. So Phillips will reach the winning run now at the plate, and Caden Bazanski, no wind to help him out if he wants to try the long ball. He put a good swing into one earlier out into left field, but just lost all its momentum with no wind helping. Tyler Welsh brought it in with no problem. As Bazanski tries to play hero here. That one in there for strike 1. And if the Zap were going to walk it off on the final day of the season, you would think it would have to be with 2 outs, as they have worked with 2 outs all season. But the scoreboard is just kind of weird out, as they're going to pick off Quinn Ludwigson, and this game's going to end. Josh Printer, a heads-up play. You'd expect nothing less from the head coach, but that'll wrap up the regular season here at Hyde Stadium. A season of many firsts in which the Zap clinched their first playoff appearance. We'll recap all of tonight's action when we come back from this short break in tonight's postgame show presented on W92.7. I'm just going to send us to break. River 92.7, we'll be right back.
Hey, it's your phone talking. Yeah, your phone. You know, that thing you're constantly picking up and poking around. Listen, when you're behind the wheel, would you please give me a break? You'll have plenty of time for your TikToks and, I don't know, texting your friends after you put it in park. Distracted driving, friend. No joke. One quick text or social media feed can cause a crash. And hey, I don't want any part of that. You got someplace to be. And trust me, I'll enjoy the downtime. Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and its station.
Dunes Golf is celebrating their 30th anniversary this summer. They look forward to seeing old friends and new acquaintances on the driving range and on the course throughout the summer. Play 9 or 18 holes, pay by the round, save with a punch card, or become a member for unlimited play. Dunes Golf is a great location for group outings or a summer play day. Call 605-223-2525 or see golfdunes.com, just 1 mile north of Fort Pierre on Highway 1806. Dunes Golf.
Thinking of travel, Pierre Regional Airport offers nonstop flights from Pierre to Denver. From there, you can fly anywhere. Book to your destination and check bags through on United, Delta, or American Airlines. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets to Denver, then connecting to your destination. Save travel time and money, avoid the crowds, and free parking when you fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport.
Looking for happenings in Central South Dakota? The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce Community Calendar is your go-to for all the latest events. From entertainment to local benefits, community activities, and more, there's something for everyone. Email your event to contactchamber@pierre.org and it will be listed on the weekly calendar. To view the calendar, go to www.pierre.org. Let's celebrate together in the heart of South Dakota. The Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, connecting our community one event at a time.
Zap fall 8-6 on a Sunday scorcher, and all these fans looking to get home and get out of the heat. And I think I'm looking forward to getting out of the broadcast booth after that abysmal outro I had in the 9th inning.
Well, we're going to get it out of the way before the postseason. We'll be on our A game.
I about sent us home on my college radio station, WIUX, but maybe I'm looking forward to getting home or something, but we
still got some playoff baseball to get to.
We are not on WIUX. We are on River 92.7, as I just about reverted back to first couple of games, Dylan, where I could not. River 92.7 was just like my bogey word at the start of the year. I'd say 92.7 the River. I think I named the radio station about 10 different things in that first series.
Well, now it just rolls off the tongue for you.
Big DRG fan. But the Zap fall on the last day of the year, as Eli Lewis is sporting the same look as some of the players down there, rolled up sleeves. It was a hot one, and the Zap led for a majority of it. They had a 5-run third that propelled them out. Responding to that 3-run second that the Sodbusters had, the Zap led until the 7th inning. The Sodbusters added 4 runs after a 1-run 6th, and that's where the score stood. 8-6 on the last day of the season. It was a good season by both teams. The Sodbusters getting their 30th win of the year. Back-to-back seasons for them with 30 wins. That's something nice to hang your hat on. But the Oahe Zap, their final day of the season, spoiled a little bit. But you're still going to the playoffs. You got baseball still to play. They're going to have to take that group picture. They still made the playoffs. But you would have loved to have had this one here today.
Yeah, you would have, but you got to keep your eyes on the horizon. 2 huge games coming up here at home as the Zap try to take a 2-0 series lead. And it all starts with Game 1 Tuesday night. First pitch, 7:05. Make sure you get out to Hyde Stadium. Gates open at 6:05 and support this team. We are expecting huge crowds here Tuesday and Wednesday night. And we can't wait to see it here at the ballpark. Going to be very exciting. I don't think the Zap are going to have this phase them one bit. I think they're going to be ready to come, ready to show up, and ready to hit the baseball, ready to play good defense, and ready to try to bring a championship back to Central South Dakota.
And somebody better camp out at the door, because I don't know, you're going to get the best handshake you'll ever get from Dillon Beach if you camp outside the playoff door. But there's still playoff action here for Pierre. It's not the last game we'll have here in Central South Dakota. It's been a fun season throughout. Justin, what's your favorite moment from the year? Let's get retrospective here.
Favorite moment from the year? That's tough. Gosh, probably catching the foul ball if I had to get selfish. Yep. I think watching, just really the entire growth of this team throughout the year, from the 1-9 start where you and I were both kind of talking this might be a long summer, to when they started winning and just kind of turned the ship around, and they get it done. They start playing some amazing baseball, and they ultimately just break through at the right time. They play really consistently well towards the final stretch of the year, and they finally get it done. They find their way into the postseason, and there's more good memories to come.
So signing off one last time in the regular season from Hyde Stadium, we want to thank our sponsors, the Pierre Regional Airport, the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, Dunes Golf, and Venture Communications, as always, providing our first inning fiber fact. For Dylan Beach, Justin Cowart, and Eli Lewis signing off one last time. The Zap fall 8-6 on the final day of the ILB season. We'll see you back here on Tuesday for playoffs in Pierre.
This broadcast of Oahe Zap Baseball was brought to you by DRG Media Group and its sponsors. The next home Zap game will be broadcast right here on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. Thanks for tuning in.